Welcome back to Damon Bruce Plus. It is fantastic to have you here today. It really is our third ever watch party. Here we are, a full game live stream. We will have a special guest in the second quarter. It'll be a surprise guest. I won't even let you know who it is until he shows up, but it is really good to have you here today. Thank you so much. Hit like and subscribe. Don't wait to do either. I hope you won't. And what we have is our third ever watch party. We did one in the late window against Kansas City. We did one on Sunday night against the Dallas Cowboys. And now here we are in our early AM window. At least that's the way it is out here on the West Coast, where I'm coming to you live from San Francisco. And cheers, good morning to you. Everyone's waiting for that sip of the day. I have a feeling it's going to come early here. It is great to have you. Thank you so much for coming on by. We are brought to you by Ike's Sandwiches. I don't know what you got plans for later on this afternoon, but if you're looking for a great sandwich, make sure you get yourself to Ike's. Where's my boy? Here's my boy right there. Ike's has got an unbelievable sandwich, and I really feel bad for you if you don't live around one of Ike's sandwich shops. Over 100 now in play, with more opening every day. It started on the West Coast. It is moving eastwards. Call a senator, call a congressman, call the president-elect and say, I need an Ike's in my neighborhood. And maybe Elon Musk will get you one real soon. But it is really good to have you here. We're brought to you by Ike's Sandwiches. And of course, we're brought to you by my favorite bar in San Francisco, the Dubliner West Portal. Always open for business, including game time, pregame, postgame. Go get yourself to the Dubliner and West Portal. And I tell you, if you're feeling frisky, right here, right now, let me just tell you that we got ourselves a little offer for you. Going off at what, 6.5, I believe? 6.5 on BetUS is where you can find this Niner game going off right now. Niners minus 6.5. And if you use promo code YouTube150, you get 150% sign up bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000. So go ahead, check out BetUS for all your gambling needs and use that promo code YouTube150. It is really good to have you. Thanks so much for stopping on by. We've got an awful lot coming up over the next, 4 hours. We got Christian McCaffrey coming up over the next, about 4 hours here. At least that's what everyone's hoping for. This is a vital game. And this is a vital proving ground for Christian McCaffrey. What does this guy look like after missing the first 8 games of the season due to bilateral Achilles tendonitis? It certainly sounds scary. It certainly sounds, you never want to hear the word Achilles used when describing an athlete's injury, and here we are. But is time all that was needed? Is rest the antidote? He went to Germany to look for answers. Not sure how many he even found over there. And while he was looking for those answers, the 49ers continued to look for answers to their scoring problems and their red zone struggles. And outside of George Kittle, they never really found that answer. So here it is. Christian McCaffrey back, supposedly a full go, ready to play football. Jordan Mason. That doesn't mean you take the foot off the gas. Isaac Guerrero. That doesn't mean you take your foot off the gas. And obviously, in the absence of Brandon Ayuk, positions of need growing around Ricky Pearsall, Jacob Cowing, and let's see whether or not Deebo Samuel doesn't have one of his classic Deebo games to offer up the 49ers right now. When we were down on Deebo a little bit later on in the year, we gave him a nickname, Mr. Once a Month. He has a really good game once a month. They're going to need Deebo to have more than once a month performances to get to where they're looking to go this year. There's no doubt about that. And they are definitely going to need to look to, just get out of the gates flying here against Tampa. I mean, this is a schedule that it gets hard. It is hard. It has been hard. And it hasn't been easy on the 49ers. Can they start making it easier on themselves just by punching it in the red zone? They've got a pretty good football team, but they have been piss poor when it comes to figuring out their own red zone problems. So now it's time. Now it's time. Hey, Damon, is the ganja jar full? Constipated caveman, thank you for asking. The ganja jar is full, indeed. My heart is football full, thanks to my Hoosiers. I mean, unbelievable. 10-0 for the first time ever. I'm living in like football nirvana. And 49er fans, I really would love you to join me over here. I really would. And I hope that Christian McCaffrey is the man that opens that door. We are about to kick off. It is a near 90-degree day, 87 degrees in Tampa. A hot one. So hopefully everyone stays cool, and we are kicking off right here, right now. Kickoff is underway, and that goes through the back of the end zone. So the 49ers are going to be starting with the ball in Tampa, and we all know how good Kyle is with his early scripted sets and series. Brock Purdy leading them out on the field. Deebo Samuel comes hopping through the picture, and there he is. Christian McCaffrey. I mean, there is nobody who stirs the 49ers offensive drink more than Christian McCaffrey. So let's see what this guy's got. Somebody says, damn, he's 20 seconds ahead. I'm 20 seconds ahead of you? Well, that's good. You can pause me and let the game catch up then. That's easy to do. I'll tell you what, this ball's about to be snapped. Here we go. The ball is snapped. So we are underway. Christian McCaffrey, boom. Right out of the rip, 5+ yard run up. There we go. 49ers got the ball. Let's get a little game cast going on here. Again, I'll try to sync it up for you. I'll try to go ahead and sync this up for you. I'm at 14:38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 14:30 mark. There we go. Second play for the Niners. It's going to be 2nd and 5. McCaffrey touches the ball on his very first opportunity. Now Brock Purdy looks like he's going to scramble for a first down. Man, he picks just great moments to go with his legs. He really does. Picks the right moment to get going. Dominic Pooney having an incredible rookie season. Next to him, Colton McKivitz. We've seen the heat come off of him a little bit, stays on him. Somebody's always got to be, the guy that everybody picks on. He's actually having a good year. Again, that's the frustration with the 49ers. They're actually better than their 500 record says they are. They've been their own worst enemies on special teams. Defensively, they're just not getting it done like they used to. Here's a little end around to Deebo. That's going to pick up a first down. That's maybe the most successful Deebo razzle-dazzle run play of the year so far on first down. They are just pretty much on it. I mean, there is nobody who is falling for half of the plays that is being run with Deebo Samuel, but that was well blocked. That was executed. And let's see, the 49ers are off and marching here already in this first drive over midfield. First drive, early game success is where the 49ers butter their own bread. Let's see what they got. Purdy on 1st and 10, looking to throw, drops back. Got to scramble out of trouble, picks up a few yards, rolling out to his left. So it's going to be 2nd down. Niners go. I'm telling you, you can just feel everything looking and feeling a little different with just Christian McCaffrey in the room. There is nobody who has a value add to this offense like Christian McCaffrey. There isn't a single player that they could have traded for at the deadline that it's going to be a bigger impact to what they are and what they do than this guy if he can remain healthy. But that's a big if that comes with every single person on a football field. Ronnie Bell is out there early on here in the formation. 49ers using a whole bunch of pre-snap motion. Little just dump off for Purdy, and he had a wide open target in the middle of the field in dump off range, but unfortunately overthrew. I couldn't see who that was. Standing right in the middle of the field, it was Jawan Jennings. But okay, all right. So just keep it on schedule. Keep it on. And yes, I just got a text message from today's second quarter special guest that he's just going to hang out on backstage, get the flow of the game, get the flow of the show, and then he'll be joining us here in the second quarter. Again, it is really good to have you. Welcome, my friends, to Damon Bruce Plus. Like and subscribe. Hitting that like button early in this game is exactly what I need from you. You want to support this live stream today? Hit that like button. Get this algorithm picking it up and putting it down, boys and girls. Oh, boy. He's already better than Brady. I mean, what, who, me? Me as a broadcaster? Maybe. Because I'm allowed to say things that Tom Brady's not allowed to say, apparently. But as a quarterback, no one's really better than Tom Brady. The Ronnie Bell saga needs to end. Dude, Ronnie Bell is a part of this situation. There's no doubt about it. I don't think that's it's got to stop being bad. It really needs to start getting good. 49ers opening drive does stall, though. Couple of incomplete passes. And Ronnie Bell, you know what? Speak of the devil, he makes a nice play. He fields that punt inside the 3-yard line. So it is going to be a 97-yard field for Baker Mayfield and Tampa. And Ronnie actually for your huge idea for your $300 million color commentator that you brought in to be part of your broadcast, army, is somebody who, like, oh, you're the number one game. You're getting Kevin Burkhardt plus Tom Brady. And it's like, people are like, oh, great. And that's kind of where we are. And I mean, like, if that's the way we feel about Tom Brady here in the Bay Area, a place where, he's beloved because he's from here in many ways still, I'm guessing most of the country looks at Tom Brady on a broadcast and has the same yawn that the rest of us pretty much have. He's just Greg Olsen, so much better. So much better. I mean, listen, did you watch any of that game from London this morning? God, I hope it's not still going on. Was that thing that did go to overtime? Not only do I not know how that game ended in overtime, I don't even want to know how that game ended in overtime. That's how ugly and bad it was. But just to hear Kurt Warner, talk about Daniel Jones. It was a level of, investigating what's going on here that Tom Brady will never be able to offer because he really can't deeply talk about other players like that because of his ownership agreement now. Again, Tom Brady, the broadcaster, might have been something. Tom Brady, the owner, might be something. But together, I don't think either's helping the other guy out. And here we go. Anthony, breaking a little news. Panthers won. Is that the last of Daniel Jones? Do we need any more of that guy in our lives? Panthers win in overtime. You're welcome, London. What a crap game to send. I mean, we got to start exporting our really bad games to London if we ever want London to love the NFL the way the NFL wants it to, right? So Baker Mayfield, who is officially, one of the better quarterbacks in football that nobody really talks about or gives much love to. The guy is leading the NFL in touchdown passes. He's second in yards, I believe, and he is going to start this drive from inside his own 5-yard line. Looks like Bucky Irvin took the ball there and ran for a little bit. Was that Irving? I don't know. I got to check it out. I don't have a spotter here on this broadcast. I won't start identifying who I think did. It was Rashad White. Pardon me. Rashad White, first carry of the day for your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I wonder if my sister made it to this game. My sister lives in the St. Pete's area. She's been known to walk into a Buccaneer game every now and then. She got on the pirate ship once, watched a game from up there. Those are coveted, hard to get tickets. Looks like the 49ers defensive line has decided to clock in early today. Not a lot of push by that offensive line at Tampa Bay. A couple of didn't go didn't go very far runs to set up what is going to be 3rd and probably about 4 here for Baker Mayfield, probably looking to pass for the first time. But again, this is one of those games that with no Mike Evans, with no Chris Godwin, if the 49ers don't make mistakes, I just don't see how Tampa is going to win this game unless the 49ers help them win this game. Let's see if Nick Bosa is feeling extra frisky. There's been an awful lot of Bosa is going to be playing, for America today because he's so happy with the election. We'll see. We'll see what Nick Bosa does today. I saw he got fined for wearing his MAGA hat. That is not, by the way, a repudiation of any political ideology. What that is you're not allowed to have anything that's a logo that isn't paying the NFL to be an on-field logo while a game or post-game is underway. Had Nick Bosa run out there wearing a Doritos hat, if Doritos isn't a sponsor of the NFL, he would have gotten fined the same thing. So all you conspiracy theorists can pretty much shut that one down. Rob O says, Yadam is getting killed today. Yadam getting the start with Travarius Ward out, and we'll see. There's one pass. I don't think anyone's at getting killed today status yet. We're, just a handful of minutes into this game. But hope he doesn't. Another run that doesn't go far in the pile. It is good to have you here. Again, we're just underway. I don't even know what our response is going to look like today, getting going at an earlier time on a Sunday. I'll tell you right now, over 100 people in the room, but only a third of you have hit that like button. If 2/3 of you will lean in and hit that like button, more people will be joining you in this watch party. That's how the algorithm works. It pushes it out the more you push that like button. Here we go. 3rd and 5 for Tampa Bay and Baker Mayfield. Looks like he tried to set up a screen, but Fred Warner was just all over it. This is 4th down. This is punt time for Tampa Bay. So both teams trade sort of feeling each other out, opening drives. Nobody gets into scoring distance. The Niners got over midfield. The Buccaneers shut down before they really approach midfield here. So the 49ers, with any special teams luck here, will have a decent starting field position for their second drive of the afternoon. It's a good punt. That thing hung in the air. Cowing takes it, couple of yards, pretty much tackled right there. And the 49ers are going to get going here right after the commercial break. Second drive of the day. Again, it is good to have you here. Say, Damon, love to have on the radio and TV is replay. Yeah, if the radio is always going to be ahead of the TV broadcast, and that's hard to sync up. Hopefully, we're not too far ahead or behind. However, you're watching this. I'm a direct TV customer, so my shit's got to get bounced up to the atmosphere several thousand miles and come bounce down to the satellite dish before I get it. So I figure I'm going to be a heartbeat or two behind you. G. Martinez, Bruce, I'll listen to you twice on Sunday over this broadcast. Hack Brady. Who would have ever thought, right? Who would have ever thought? Who would have ever thought some guy from his basement on YouTube would maybe offer more valuable analysis than a 7-time Super Bowl champion who's making $300 million a year? By the way, I'm not making $300 million a year, so let me once again thank my sponsors. Thanks to all of you. Thanks for any and all super chatting along the way today. Appreciate it as always. Memberships are a great way to support the channel if you like what you see, but if you don't, again, just hitting that like button. It's easy to do. It's free to do. Not free to gamble. Gamble responsibly, and when you do it over at BetUS. My good friends at BetUS right now have a wait, I got to get rid of this comment. What I need is a freaking producer. I used to have one of those back in the day. How do I get rid of this Hide current comment. There we go. Gamble responsibly and gamble over on BetUS. Use promo code YouTube150 for 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit up to $2K. And when you're thinking, it's time for lunch a little bit later on, go ahead. And if you are in a delivery area, if you live close to him, get yourself to Ike's and sign up for that Ike's Rewards program for the best sandwich in the world. I'm telling you, you'll find it right there. You sign up for that Love Rewards program. There are free chips. There are free drinks to be offered. To be won. And I can also tell you an opportunity to enter a chance to win a trip to New Orleans to go to a big Super Bowl, or excuse me, not allowed to say that. Go to the Superdome. That's what I'm allowed to say. It's a super big game at the Superdome in February. So you can do that at Ike's, and our friends at the Dubliner, as always, open for business, pouring a great Guinness. It's great to have them. This is a live stream powered by BetUS. And what we've got is the second drive of the afternoon for the 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, again, is out there and involved early on. Little blitz pickup from Christian McCaffrey. Unfortunately, he wasn't the only one needing to pick up that blitz because Tampa just got to Brock Purdy. First sack of the afternoon for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. Looks like they just weaved their way through the 49ers offensive line. McCaffrey didn't give up the sack. Look, Vita Vea is just a house. He will take up 3 blockers all by himself. Juwan Jennings looked like he was open, but unfortunately, Purdy couldn't get it out. So now here we are, 2nd and 15. We'll go back to the game cast here. Second and 15, a little pass for 8 yards to Christian McCaffrey. So that'll get the 49ers back to a reasonable down and distance. It'll be looking at 3rd and 7, trying to avoid a 3 and out here on their second drive of the day. Again, the 49ers have been the NFL's premier second half team. And I mean second half of the season. I don't mean second half in a football game. Weeks 10 through 18, since 2021, the 49ers are 23-4 in the second half. Big pass from Purdy to Pearsall, but unfortunately, it went off Pearsall's fingertips. There was a flag on the play. They might get cancy with a pass interference on that one. So it looks like the 49ers are going to be staying out there. Pass interference indeed. Our referee, Sean Smith, wearing the Smedium today. Good pipes. Not really defined, but you can tell he's beefy. Oh, yeah, there was a hold there right off the line. Juwan Jennings got pulled down by the collar right as he was coming off the line of scrimmage. So that's where that was. It wasn't even pass interference. It was defensive holding. Okay. McCaffrey, another touch. Outside of Deebo Samuel, no one has touched a ball out of the backfield. Well, I mean, we've seen Brock Purdy scramble a couple of times, but it's been 2 carries so far for Christian McCaffrey and a catch. He's involved. He needs to be. The Niners desperately need this guy involved. Good job on the likes. Good call to action. Good response. We're seeing those tick upwards. Hit that like button. Little razzle-dazzle in the backfield. Little dump-off pass in the flats to McCaffrey, though. Man, he fights to stay alive. No one fights for more after-contact yardage than Christian McCaffrey, who runs through a tackle and still picks up the first down there. So, Niners moving. Uh-oh, I got my secondary screen showing me low battery right here. Got a second laptop going. Better planning on yours truly's part would have made sure that was a charged battery. Shame on me, Damon. Shame on me. All right, 1st and 10 for the 49ers. They are at midfield. It is 5-minute mark of the first quarter. Jordan Mason with his first carry of the day. A pitch to the left. He goes around Trent Williams' side, picks up about 5, it would seem. So first carry for Jordan Mason. And this is exactly what I think the 49ers need to do throughout this remainder of the season, to try to keep McCaffrey as ready to go week in, week out, and fresh as much as you can. I want to see Mason and Garendo in between the 30s and McCaffrey in red zone time. Now, obviously, it's never easy to just do it like that, but I think you know what I mean. McCaffrey is the money player. You need him on the money down. Ricky Pearsall, by the way, just got behind, sat in the middle of the defense, and has scored his very first NFL touchdown. Ricky Pearsall has got the 49ers on the board first. Nice catch and run. He sat down in the middle of his zone, which just totally abandoned him. He was wide open, and then he just put on the boogie. Little stop-start action. Kind of baited the guy, thinking, oh, you think I'm a slow white boy? I'm going to start this in third gear, and then I'm going to pop it into fourth, and he just ran right past the secondary. Again, Pearsall kind of sits down in the middle, has that little giddy up in his hitch there. That ball is across the pylon. He's in bounds. There you go. Jake Moody back kicking field goals and points after touchdown, so hopefully Moody gets this going. No problems here. Was he out of bounds? Nah. Are they going to look at that? I think that ball has crossed the goal line before his right heel is pulled out of bounds. Scoring reviews underway, but I would be stunned to see this actually overturned unless they got an angle that is the angle that I'm not looking at right there. I think you're going to have a Ricky Pearsall touchdown right here. All right. Richard D. Leon, Damon, are you setting up that appointment for the IU football tattoo? They got to win a national championship. If Indiana wins the national championship, yeah, I'll get an IU tattoo. I promise you that. I promise. Let's just get past Ohio State 2 weeks from now. But to beat Michigan. That hasn't happened many times in my life. That was fun. That was an awful lot of fun. Separation has arrived. You feeling that? I mean, I'm not going to say that I spent the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks talking about that, how Christian McCaffrey might be all of a sudden by himself make this entire 49ers wide receiver core a touch faster than you expect them to be. I think that McCaffrey is going to help Brock Purdy find the conflict defender. And I think he's going to just open dudes up. Again, he's the skeleton key. Yeah, lots of love. Like I was actually on the field and I did it. Yeah, congratulations on beating Michigan. It was incredible. Freaking incredible. And it was our worst game of the year. Worst executed game of the year. That Michigan defense played frisky in that second half. Slick Rick, Doc Holliday, Slick Ricky, man. They look good. That looked good. That looked like 49er football, if you don't mind me saying. Yeah, I mean, I'm old enough to remember yak yards. I'm old enough to remember yak yards. I remember when it was kind of their thing, sort of their defining feature. It's amazing to see how much they've fallen off in the yak yards category, dead last in football for many weeks this year. You know, is that just because of Christian McCaffrey? Can't be. But McCaffrey really is that important. CMC doesn't help at all. Nah. Hey, man. Hopefully he helps his defense a little bit too. By the way, that touchdown did stand as we thought it would. Moody, the point after is true. It is 7-0 49ers. Not only are they winning, they're covering right here and now. By the way, that pass to Pearsall came without McCaffrey even being on the field. How about that? Jordan Mason was in the backfield for that. Danny Golding, a $14 super chat for number 14. Oh, there they are. They're signing that football saying first career touchdown. Boom. Ricky Pearsall put that football in a locker box. Is it a goddamn jelly donut in your foot locker? Danny, thank you very, very much, man. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. We break for super chats over here on Damon Bruce Plus. Again, welcome to our third ever watch party. It is a live stream. Hopefully you got your coffee, Danish, croissant, and English muffin. Pour yourself a bowl of cereal. Pour yourself a cocktail for all I care. It is great to have you here for our third ever watch party and live stream. We used to just go live at the 2-minute warning. We did a couple of watch parties. I asked people, you want more of that or less of that? And everyone was like, yeah, let's do this. This is fun. It's like we're all hanging out in the same bar. Even though we can't all make it to the Dubliner together, we're all hanging out. So let's do it. We're officially hanging out for the next, 3 hours together. And joining me in 4 minutes and 15 seconds of game clock is going to be our first ever live stream guest. We have a special guest set to join me for the second quarter today, and I think you're going to really like who it is. He and I are known for talking a little football together throughout the years, so it's very appropriate that he would be the first to join me for a live watch party. There's Bucky Irving showing you that he is a problem catching a football out of the backfield. He just took that for a first down. Baker Mayfield starting the day 3 for 3, now 4 for 4. Baker Mayfield starting the day with some accuracy, but Bucky Irving can hurt you coming out of the backfield. And that the screen game is something that the 49ers defense has been suspect in defending all year long. So I would imagine Tampa to spend an awful lot of time in their backfield screen game today. Mayfield on 1st and 10. Is he throwing in what? Auten right there? No? Who's that? I'll get my play-by-play going here. Miller, pardon me. Let me see if I'm officially caught up here in this game. All right, Bucky Irving is going to bring up third down here. Opportunity to get off the damn football field for the 49ers defense. Take it. Take this opportunity. 3rd and 5. 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter on my mark. We're at 3 minutes of the first quarter. So there you go. If you ever wanted to feel like a radio producer, now you do. You get that mark bullshit during commercial breaks all the time. Okay, so here we go. 3rd down. Baker under pressure. Hit from behind by the entirety of the 49ers defensive line. It feels like everybody got a shot there. Malik Collins, Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, Leonard Floyd. I think everyone was in on hitting Baker Mayfield right there. Let's count the 4. Oh no, their cameras pulling away for tracking targets and wide receivers. Yeah, Baker had nowhere to go. Let's see. Baker gets touched by 1, 2. Oh, now they cut away for the punt. Sorry. There you go. Again, 49ers D-line looking a little frisky. Woo! That was a special teams play that almost looked like it was going to be a block punt. Hopefully there's no touching the punter, no roughing, no flags. Okay. All right. 49ers special team is yet to step on its own dick. 49ers defense looking like it came ready to play. They're not getting bullied by this offensive line at all. As a matter of fact, their D-line just started doing a little bullying itself. 7-0. Running game popping. Wide receivers getting open. It feels like, A new day is dawning. It's, we're a quarter in here to the Christian McCaffrey is back era, but it's looking better already. And look, Tampa Bay is desperate as hell. The last thing they want to do is lose a fourth consecutive game. They just went to Kansas City and played hard against the Chiefs at Arrowhead. But man, availability means an awful lot, and they're missing huge, huge players in Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. The whole D-line fractional sacks given out. Yeah, can you get a quarter sack? Can get a quarter sack? Yeah, I thought that too. Almost roughed the kicker a little bit. Bosa whiffed. Yeah, but he did dive like he was like a soccer goalie, like he was full on vertical diving for a guy. So that was good. I have no problems at all with that pressure. I don't care who gets credit for that sack. This defensive line operates like that between now and the end of the regular season. The 49ers are indeed going to be a playoff team. That is the defensive pressure that you're looking for. Red Jet, darling, so good to see you, Red Jet. Like and subscribe. Thank you so much, Red Jet, for encouraging the masses to like and indeed subscribe. So let's do a little math, right? Let's do a little math. The 49ers have 9 games remaining in their season, including the one we're watching together right now. If you're 7-2, you're absolutely home free to the point where, you're definitely your division winner. You're just sitting pretty at 7-2. 6-3, I think you're all right. I think at 6-3, you're still winning the NFC West. I do. I think you can win the NFC West with 10 wins this year. 5-4, though, that gets you into a little bit of trouble. The 49ers have positioned themselves to there's no more games to waste. There's no more throwaway afternoons. Oh, that one got away. We'll get them next time. They used all of their mulligans and breakfast balls in the first 8 games, and so these next 9 are going to be absolutely crucial. Here we are, third drive of the day for the 49ers offense, and it looks like it's going to start with a flag and a false start. Who is it on? Eric Saubert gets called for the false start. Come on, Eric Saubert. You're not a guy who's allowed to make mistakes like that. Interesting graphic here. Since 2017, after the bye, Kyle Shanahan is 43-18. I saw that after the bye week, Kyle Shanahan is 4-3 as the 49ers head coach, just in the game specifically after the bye week. So not quite Andy Reid level success, but there's a winning record. All right, Christian McCaffrey, boom, just hitting that hole hard. And again, nobody turns his shoulders, turns slivers of daylight into opportunities to run quite like Christian McCaffrey. And I will say this, having watched almost a quarter of him, he looks like Christian McCaffrey, kids. This is the same guy that, last time we saw him, he was winning the Offensive Player of the Year. God, look at Vea. Camera was right behind Vea. And he's just squatting down. He's just a house of a dude. He's like a refrigerator. Well, that play was not blocked very well. McCaffrey's going to get buried for a little bit of a loss right there. Going around left side, the Trent Williams side. That's going to bring up third down here for the 49ers. Nobody hits a hole hard like CMC. I'm telling you, man, he is. He's freaking special. I mean, there's just no other way to it. He is special. 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7. This is at least pick up a first down here and get out of your, the shadow of your own end zone time. 3rd and 7. Oh my God, George Kittle caught a ball over his head, lost it, caught it a second time, and came down with it. Hey, diddle, diddle, over the middle. I mean, a freaking hospital ball sent to George Kittle. It's a good thing no one was there to hit him right away. It's just a little high. God, bring that down, Brock. Bring that down just a little bit. But a hell of a catch by Kittle. Hell of a second effort on that catch by Kittle. He's having a remarkable year. I don't think we have talked nearly enough about what a good year George Kittle is having in spite of all the other problems that this team's got. First down. The 49ers needed that. Again, give your defense a chance to catch its breath a little bit. It's a really, really hot day. That is the end of the first quarter. Let's have a look at what we're looking at in terms of stats here. Let's check out this box. Box score right now. Bring me to the box score. Purdy started his day 4 of 6. 74 yards and a touchdown, but here's what we're looking at. Christian McCaffrey, 4 carries for 20 yards, so he picks right back up, averaging 5 yards per carry. He's got a long of 7, still hasn't given us an explosive play yet, but 1 catch for Ricky Pearsall, going for 46 yards in the first touchdown of his young career. Has got the 49ers on the board. Couple of catches for McCaffrey for 15 yards so far, and that is the way this day has begun in Tampa. Let's look at some team stats real quickly here. Team stats. Grow this a little bit so you can see it where you are. Moving on over. Again, we got first downs coming in. First downs coming in. 119 yards. Again, so already Kyle's on pace for another 400 yards of offense, 7.9 yards per play. That is more than a welcome figure. 50 rushing yards already. No penalties. Oh, no, excuse me. 1 penalty for 5 yards, the Eric Saubert. Eric Saubert false start. But this game has begun very much in favorable 49er fashion. It is great to have you here. Thanks so much for coming on by. Again, hit like and subscribe, my friends. Like and subscribe. That makes the algorithm pick us up and throw us around the internet even more, throwing us to more places. If you're throwing any money at the game tonight, tomorrow, check out BetUS. YouTube TV, YouTube 150 is the promo code that'll get you 150% deposit bonus up to $2,000 on your first deposit. As always, you should be eating at Ike's. That's my guy right there. Make sure you're eating at Ike's. If you order right now from Ike's, chances are it's delivered to you somewhere around the start of that third quarter. Beers are poured cold all the time at the Dubliner in West Portal. And again, this live stream today brought to you by BetUS. And I promised you nothing short of a special guest for the second quarter, and it was actually suggested this week. Why don't you bring on the president of the Kentwan Balmer preseason production fan club? And I said, I can book that. I can arrange that. Here he is, boys and girls, the butcher boy, Joe Shasky. What's up, pal?
What's up, Damon? That is a hell of an intro. And whenever you're bringing up, any spots on West Portal that are frequented by all my bummy friends, that is the best place to be hanging out. Don't drop my name, please. Don't drop my name.
We will not bring you up when we're at the Dubliner.
I love the Dubliner.
So do I. Any bar with high school football helmets in it is all right 100%. By me. All right by me.
100%.
Joe, it's great to see you. Obviously, my radio son has grown up and had so much more success than his dad. He's still on the radio. I'm not even on the radio anymore, but it all started with us talking about the 49ers, man, and you calling into Sports Phone all absolutely. Those years ago. Let me ask, what do you think of Christian McCaffrey? Looks just like Christian McCaffrey so far, don't you think?
He does. I mean, he's the best player on their team. I mean, they got some great players. I was arguing, they've got multiple Hall of Fame running backs. Like Roger Craig is somebody that maybe the younger people obviously know. Frank Gore, obvious. John the Jet Perry and John Henry Johnson. These guys are all-time legends. And then obviously Hugh McElhaney. These are going way back in the day. These guys are all Hall of Famers. And I think Christian McCaffrey has more talent than anyone ever to wear a 49er uniform to play in the backfield. I don't think his resume is there, but this guy, missing him for 8 weeks, I mean, that's like missing Bonds in the middle of a lineup. That's like missing Steph Curry for 2 or 3 months. Yeah, you can get by, but you're not the same. And so seeing him run, I'm not going to lie, Damon, I'm wincing because I did the same thing with Michael Crabtree when he came back and Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson. I know modern medicine is insane, but I mean, did this bilateral Achilles tendonitis? I mean, it's no joke. So maybe I'm just triggered by the KD stuff. I don't know about you, but he looks phenomenal. But every time I see him jump, cut, come up from a tackle, I'm like, oh, please be okay.
Well, look, I was like that last year before any diagnosis because I knew how important he was to the entire operation. And look, Joe, you grew up your entire life a 49er fan. I've been covering the team closely for, about 20 years now. And I say without reservation, Christian McCaffrey is one of the 10 greatest offensive 49ers of all time. And this is a team that has 5 reserved spots of never will be taken off that list. Rice, Joe, Steve, they're there. Craig, he's there. Terrell Owens obviously is there. Christian McCaffrey is one of the single greatest 49ers of all time already in a small handful of games.
I mean, he averaged a touchdown a game as a 49er. We're talking Jerry Rice territory. And to put up 2,000 yards, I think some of his best runs have come in the playoffs, and we just kind of forget about him. I mean, the one against Green Bay where he hop, skip, jumped in the rain and scored that touchdown, I think we've kind of forgotten because of how that game went down with the Jordan Love. The Philly game, when I went to Philly with B, oh, my God, he had one of the greatest touchdowns in 49er history in a postseason. So, this guy's an absolute superstar. And just to see him jump cutting and bouncing and catching 5-yard passes out of the backfield, he looks phenomenal. But I just worry that at any moment, one cut, one tackle, one wrap up, and it's such a devastating injury. I call it a career ender. I mean, that's the Achilles is, especially for an explosion athlete, it feels like a career ender. And that's why I'm wincing.
You don't want to hear a word about your favorite athlete's Achilles, not never, right? I mean,
never.
Good news doesn't travel through Achilles updates, but
no.
Dude, all I can say is he's looking like himself early on. And by the way, a big third down conversion there to Juwan Jennings. 49ers are driving again here. The man from Morning Drive on 95.7 himself, Joe Shasky, is here. People are just tickled pink to see you here. The Butcher's in the building. Yes, Anthony.
Let's go.
Here. Joe, it's good. It is. It's good to see you, man. It really is. We don't bump into each other nearly as much as we used to these days. I see it at Reardon games more than I see it.
I know. I went there yesterday. They had a big win over St. Francis. By the way, how about Ricky Pearsall catching a touchdown? He played in the state of Florida after a couple years in ASU, catching his first touchdown in South Florida. I think that's pretty freaking cool, given everything that's happened. I know you got a lot of connections in the city. I do too. That man is lucky to be alive. Look, I don't want to get political. I love my city so much. It has become an embarrassment, and it's beyond that. It's completely unsafe and dangerous downtown, and I've been begging for change for the longest time. The young man is lucky to be alive, let alone catching his first ever touchdown pass. It's one of the craziest things I can remember.
I didn't think the Ricky Pearsall story was going to turn back to the football field this year. And this guy, again, I remember he goes from day one of non-contact jersey, we're making jokes about he might not be tough enough, to surviving a freaking chest tap. And it's just, and he's back within weeks. I mean, within weeks. It's insane.
Unreal.
So, by the way, beautiful ball there from Purdy to Jennings again. And this is also something that I want to ask you about. What do you think of the Juwan Jennings is better than Brandon Ayuk kind of conversation I've been sort of spearheading? Look, Brandon Ayuk's a really good player. I hope he recovers. I hope he turns into who he used to be. But this year, he hadn't done shit for the 49ers. And I think Juwan Jennings is never on that hadn't done shit, path. He's always up to something. So I think it's addition by subtraction for Brandon Ayuk, unfortunately, this year.
I mean, it sucks that they paid him as much as he did and he got hurt. And I get both sides of the argument. But here's my thing, Damon, and I've always kind of been this way. I love building a team with money, right? When you do like any kind of franchise, or maybe you're doing some sort of an auction team, and I love trying to jumble the pieces in under the salary cap. And I just been saying, like, dude, this unless you are the best player or second best player at your position at wide receiver, I'm not giving you $30 million a year. Like, I'm just not. And college is giving you multiple receivers every single round for dirt cheap. It's not like the quarterback position. It's not like left tackle. And so, like, I understood he's a really good player. I think he falls into the, like, I'm really good, but I don't think you're worth it. Let me ask you this. What's
Hold on,
better value in building?
If he's worth 30, what's Jamar Chase worth?
I mean, that's 35, 38. I mean, like a year. And I'd probably give Jamar Chase a 7-year deal. But here's the thing, like, I feel like when I look at building the team, we underrate the tight end position. A high-end tight end makes $17 million a year. You cannot tell me George Kittle at $17 million a year is not more impactful than a $31 or $29 million just Brandon Ayuk. And I'm not trying to rip Brandon Ayuk. It's like, look at how the Niners play football. They're a run-first team. He'll get 4 to 6 targets a game. To me, it's just he's really good, but I would have made the decision to either move off of him early, or I would have hammered out the contract before the Devontae deal. So you got him under 25, because paying a guy 30, that's an extra $5 million. I can get a better linebacker than freaking Devondre Campbell, for crying out loud. Like, it's all about jumbling it underneath the salary cap. So Jennings, why I love Jennings, he gives me a body type that I'm looking at the game. Sorry, that's totally different than what they have. He's big, he's physical, he can box guys out. He's not going to win a beauty contest, but they need catch radius. They have struggled against man, and I feel like they don't use him enough.
Well, I'll tell you, 49ers just stalled once again in the red zone, having to settle for a field goal. Christian McCaffrey didn't get the target that I expected to see him get in the red zone there. And it looked like Ricky Pearsall was the target. Kittle was another target in the red zone, but unfortunately Purdy wasn't able to hit either. So it's 10-0 49ers. After we've had 4 offensive drives for the Niners. That was their 4th drive of the afternoon, I believe. So,
what did you think about the first quarter when they got into no man's land and they throw that errant pass? It sounds like Pearsall was open. It's 3rd and 7, and then you're in no man's land. You don't go for it. You kick the punt. Like, I don't know. Those situations when they're
the play of the year by Ronnie Bell. That's Ronnie Bell's season highlight tape right there, down in the ball inside the 3, Joe.
How is this guy on the team? How is this guy? I don't you can't tell me Jacob Cowing's speed alone, it doesn't bring more to the table than Ronnie Bell. I don't understand the Ronnie Bell thing. You've watched all the games. Creasy's the guy. LJ, my son who's 1 year old, has better hands than Ronnie Bell. It's unreal.
By the way, Jesse Emery coming in with a $20 super chat. How do we get more Damon and Butcher in our lives? More collabs, please. Well, hey, every journey starts with the first step, and that's what today is. That's what today is.
The maiden voyage.
I tell you, not that there are any hard feelings or ill will between me and the station or anything like that. What happened. I always thought if I had you come on here, I might get you in a little hot water with the channel or the station or anything like that. But obviously, there should be no feeling like that. I'm glad there wasn't. As a matter of fact, it's a 95-7 the weekend for me, because guess who I got a text from yesterday after Indiana beat Michigan? Nahagian. Nahagian, because he's a Michigan guy. So congratulations. I'm like, they're coming out of the woodwork today, Matt, saying congratulations. This is unbelievable.
And you're doing this without Penix.
No, we don't need Penix. We don't need a Penix. We got a coach. I mean, my God.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
$9 million a year starting today, right now. I mean, seriously, sign him up.
It's unreal. Who is the best Indiana football player of all time? Was it that wide receiver that Buffalo drafted a few years back?
Yeah, no. What was it? Hardy? What was his name? Yeah.
I forget.
Dude, the Ironhead Hayward, maybe.
Oh, that's a name.
Trent Green, Adewale Ongunwie.
Oh, those are some names. I like that.
How about the from this year's team right now, Elijah Surratt. This kid is a wide receiver who's going to be playing on Sundays, man. He's a real deal.
I like that.
Yeah.
What do you make of Baker Mayfield, Damon? Like when he came out, it's so interesting to me. Like I'm a big believer in fit, right? And maturity. I'm watching the Golden State Warriors right now. Buddy Hield, like clearly he's evolved as a person, as a player. I feel like the fit is perfect. He's not being asked to do too much. He's playing alongside one of the greatest shooters ever. When Baker came out, I was like, he's a punk. I don't want him, being the head of my corporation, because this is what they are. They're billion-dollar corporations, $5 billion, $6 million corporations, and I think he was very immature.
You're
And
not
I
pulling
think
the
as
Colin
time has
Cowherd.
gone on.
You're not pulling the Colin Cowherd. He wears his hat backwards.
No,
Are you?
I just didn't like how he talked to people. I didn't like how he talked to people. There was a point in my life where I defended Colin Kaepernick for his brevity with the media, and I was like, "Oh, screw the media." And this, but no, like the older I get, and I think comes with age, the maturity. You do have to like treat people better, and I think that you get more bees with honey, just in life in general, right? And I think that Baker needed to be humbled to be where he's at now, and I'm just so impressed with him, like. What he's doing with this depleted team, I don't know. I really like Baker. What's your thoughts on Baker this year?
Very similar to yours. I mean, the guy came out with probably more attitude than he had talent, and he had considerable amount of talent, but he was a little bit too much, I'm the center of the universe, and then he gets put into Cleveland, which is just a bad situation for anyone to try to be the center of the universe from. And, situations dictate careers as much as talent and work ethic. And he's now in a good situation. He wasn't in a good situation in Cleveland. But the truth is, what they evaluated is not good enough for us. It would be the high water mark. They wish that they had kept Baker Mayfield instead of making the decisions that they made. So it's a little bit of an examination of, have patience with a guy if you think he is the man, because if you move on from him, you might find out that the next guy isn't even as close to being what you're just walking away from evaluating is not good enough. And, you got to be in a good situation. You really do.
Yeah.
I mean, if Brock Purdy were in Cleveland, we wouldn't be saying anything nice about him. And I guarantee that if Deshaun Watson were playing for San Francisco, he would not be this bad. He would not look like this. No. If Daniel Jones, who today was awful in London, if Daniel Jones was a 49er, he wouldn't look like that. You got to have the right coaching, the right talent, the right everything in football. There is no superhero cape to really be worn in this league. You're on a team that fits together or you're not.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. I've been so impressed with him. And it's like, I think this is where, I love being wrong. Everybody likes being right in sports, but when you're proven wrong, like someone's way better than you thought, like Pajemski, I didn't think was going to be very good with the Warriors. And I'm like, dude, he wasn't even that good at Santa Clara. He was there for like a year. Like, okay, I've been so wrong. And I think that's some of the best parts of sports is the surprise. This kid, Malik Mustafa, by the way, he made a play while we were talking. I'm going to give you my comp on him. Poor man's version, because I hold this guy in like the highest regard. I think he would have been a Hall of Famer had he not got hurt. He reminds me of Bob Sanders. Little guy who just lights dudes up and has a knack for the ball. I don't know if he'll be able to have longevity with his size. Malik Mustafa is a player.
Yeah. Oh, there's no doubt. And if anything, he's got to learn how to slow it down a little, because he just plays like hair on fire everywhere and he misses tackles because he's so aggressive. It's hard to teach a guy to slow down. It really is. Yeah. But once he figures it out, he's a special player. I think Jair Brown is definitely on the come.
Yes. And
I still am holding out hope for Talanoa Hufanga, reminding us of the player that he showed us so early in his career that he was. He's a guy who got hurt and then has had an injury. He's just little nicks and dings injuries on top of his big injury, and it just hasn't gone well for him since. But let's see what the 49ers got here. 3rd and 7. That is not short. That's going to be a first down. So Baker Mayfield to Otten has Tampa driving here just a little bit, Joe. Just a little bit.
The other guy that I think is dramatically underrated on this team is Dion Lenore. I just think he's a great all-around football player. Slot, outside, tackling, the way he conducts himself. Just an absolute stud. This God, this Otten is a heck of a. You're a little ahead of me on the feed. I'm on YouTube TV here. This Otten is a good little player, man. Really good
Oh,
little player.
well, it's ever since, Evans and Godwin went down, he's getting more and more targets, and he's showing everybody like Todd Bowles, I can do it. If you're asking me to be your a tight end who's not another target but a target, he can do it.
Yeah.
He's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. So what do you got coming up on the show this week? What's going on at the station? The place that I fucking built with my own two hands. How's it doing now that I'm not there?
It's going. We got Big Clay return this week. Clay coming back. He's been a big topic for the last couple of years, and it sucks the Clay rhetoric. It's like he's an all-time legend. Like I put him in a similar category to Navarro Bowman. When Navarro Bowman wrecked his knee, like we all wanted him to come back and be the same player. He had glimpses, he had moments, flashes. He was just not the same. I mean, his body just depreciated on him. And it feels like there's a part of Clay the last couple of years that's been searching to get back to where he was. And oh, God, he's such a legend. He's so many people's favorite player. And I think last year, the contract, people zooming in on the attitude and the this and the that. And now Buddy healed. And it feels like when you compliment Buddy, some people interpret it as a backhand to Clay. When you critique maybe the chemistry of the team last year, it's a backhand to Clay. And I think both are true in this sense. Like he's an all-time legend. And it was time for everybody to go their separate ways. It's like a divorce where your buddy's just unhappy, in their life. And you're like, nah, dude, I want you to be happy.
Right.
I know you love the kids.
Marriage. In a perfect marriage,
exactly.
In a perfect world, you would have stayed together, kumbaya, but it ain't perfect. The world's not perfect. And sometimes you might be better off going your separate ways. And that is where we got with Klay Thompson. It's a shame that it ended on such a dud, especially
I know.
The dud that was the 0 for 10 up in Sacramento. It ended about as bad as it could, but he will get, I'm arguing, the loudest away player ovation maybe in the history of Bay Area sports on Tuesday night when he is introduced in the starting lineup. I think he is going to be
you might be right.
Saluted in a way that will delay the start of the game maybe by a minute. Like the crowd's not going to stop cheering for Klay Thompson, and nor should they.
Well, I was thinking, Damon, and I know this is probably sacrilegious to some, but I know they're going to do the captain hats and all that stuff. Is there a chance it is a good one. Is there a chance they just retire his jersey, like as an active player, and just retire it up in the rafters while he's playing for another team as the ultimate sign of respect? I know people would be triggered by something like that, but that was something that crossed my mind.
He's going to get it retired. It won't be on Tuesday night.
Well, no doubt.
It won't be.
Yeah, I know. But I was just, what's that? I guess the bigger, is that Tristan Wirfs that was hobbling off the field there?
Yeah. Did he just get his leg tied up between him and Bosa? And woo.
Justin School, ex-Niner, 2019 Niner.
Justin School is your Tampa Bay swing tackle. Yes, he is.
Wow. God, he's running hard, man. Stopping the run has just been a nightmare for this team. Just an absolute nightmare. To me, it's the situational stops of the run. It's not necessarily the.
I'm ahead of you. What you see Bucky Irving just did.
Oh no.
To me, I think. Look, the 49ers are leading in the game right here, and they're hopefully about to have a second half that makes us lean in and really think, yeah, they're a contender again. They're starting to look like themselves again. But Joe, if it were to all go wrong, right? I know, Joe, if it were to all go wrong, and we're looking to do the postmortem, if you will, we're looking to do the autopsy on where it went wrong for the 49ers. I think saying goodbye to Charlie Warner has hurt this team's run game tremendously. No one's talking about that. I said there's an article about how Charlie Warner is like the key to all explosive and big plays that the Atlanta Falcons are running this year. I think Charlie Warner's missed more than anyone wants to say. Obviously, all the first round draft picks whiffed on, and the bevy of picks traded for Trey Lance. That has gone into the reason why they may not have climbed the mountaintop, but maybe more than anything, according to this year and this team, Javon Hargrave and the amount of depth that had to be given up to add Javon Hargrave is the reason why you just asked me about why this run defense doesn't tackle like it used to. They're missing those guys, and Javon Hargrave has not been a value add, and as a matter of fact, he ain't even playing now. So that to me is just one of the biggest. If it fell apart, why did it all come apart? The Javon Hargrave contract might be at the center of it all.
Yeah, I would go back even farther. I mean, giving Eric Armstead the amount of money they gave him off of 1 year at the end in 2019 and choosing him over DeForest Buckner. I know it was more complicated than that. You got a draft pick, and you also signed Jimmy Ward, who was a really good Niner, shockingly, on the back end of his career. Like, the Eric Armstead deal never made sense in terms of he's a run stuffer. He's not going to be a sack guy. When you pay defensive linemen big money like he got, I think it was $80 million or whatever, like, those guys are sack guys, not run stuffers. Run stuffers get a fraction of that. And I think that they've been chasing that money and that production since DeForest Buckner, and signing Javon Hargrave was part of it. And Kinlaw being a giant whiff. I mean, the biggest tackle he had in his entire career as a 49er was him eating a squirrel, for crying out loud, online. I mean, like, he was terrible. So, yeah. Am I wrong? I mean,
No,
David, he was terrible.
Right. It's about right.
I mean, and like, my theory on D tackles is very simple. Unless you're Aaron Donald or Fletcher Cox, who is going to be a 100 career sack guy, I'm not paying you big money. Like, I'm rotating those guys in, and they let a rotation guy get away, DJ Jones. They could use a DJ Jones right now. Like, they're just going back a couple of years, and like, they've been just throwing money at it. It's like a team that doesn't have starting pitching, so they keep going out and they go get the Hudsons of the world when they're completely washed and done. The Jake Peavies when they're clearly done, even though we love those guys. Same thing the Niners have been doing at D tackle. And they haven't found a replacement for D Ford, quite frankly. Since D Ford's been off this team, they've had no one opposite Nick Bosa.
But I mean, was D Ford ever even on the team? Like, D Ford played, what, 6 games?
When 2019, he was good. 2019 he was good, but he was hurt. But, I mean, am I wrong? They got nothing opposite him. And you talk about the Trey Lance pick. It's like, I mean, it's easy to say now, but I mean, could you imagine what Micah Parsons and Nick Bosa would look like?
Yeah, that would be incredible. What I don't understand here, what I don't understand is how Nick Bosa is, just Mr. Pressure. Nobody has more pressures than Nick Bosa in football, but so few sacks come from those pressures.
I know.
I mean, I appreciate the value of a pressure. I appreciate what it does, but there's nobody who cleans up his pressures with the sack on the other side of him. Leonard Floyd, we haven't really used his name more than 4 or 5 times all year. By the way, that is a very much limping Tristan Wirfs walking back to Tampa's locker room right now. So I call upon thee, Nick Bosa and Leonard Floyd, to now eat even more than you were eating when Tristan Wirfs was in this game. There's no excuse to not make Baker Mayfield incredibly uncomfortable from here on out. By the way, 3rd and 5 from the 10-yard line. We just had the 2-minute warning. We're out of it right now. Big play here for Baker Mayfield. Screen to Bucky Irving, and he is brought down by Devondre Campbell, who actually made his first play of the year, Joe.
Can we talk about this guy? How bad has he been, Damon?
Awful. Look, I don't think it takes someone who is a film guy to take very long to say, there's the weak spot. There's the weak spot. The way that Andy Reid picked on him so much in that Kansas City game that they had to get him off the field. I mean, I knew that was going to happen.
I love Dre Greenlaw. And I underrated how good he was. Like, you know how Ahmed Brooks kind of flew under the radar for the Niners back then? Everyone's going to go Bowman and Willis, and Justin Smith and all this. Ahmed Brooks, you look up, he's like top 7, top 6 in sacks all time for the Niners. Like, he was good. He was good for a jump off sides every game, but he was a really good 49er. Dre Greenlaw was such a good Niner.
The roughing the passer in New Orleans is still to this day terrible.
Damon, they have the NFC Championship game at Candlestick instead of going up to Seattle, and they got a first-round bye. That whole Kaepernick Crabtree play. It's just – anyway, missing Dre Greenlaw is one of the quietest things that now after 8 games, we realize, holy shit, he is so good as a tone setter, as a relentless just energy guy, as somebody that everybody's afraid of. God, we miss him so much. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear on the feed.
No, hey, welcome to fucking YouTube, buddy. No problem. B-Star 003 says, all I want for Christmas is for Campbell and Ronnie Bell to be cut. Look, here's the deal. No one needs to get cut. I just want them to stop getting reps. Go ahead and play Campbell, play Winters. As soon as Dre Greenlaw comes back, you're not going to be seeing Devondre Campbell as often. Ronnie Bell, again, he can remain on this team. I would just like to see more plays for Cowling, more plays for Pearsall, more plays for, to me, Christian McCaffrey in the slot is better than Ronnie Bell in the slot.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
Line him up.
But what is it about Shanahan? Damon, what Tevin Coleman, when he's well past his expiration date, Mohamed Sanu, when he's there are certain, and I get it, like every coach has their guys that they like, but there are just certain veterans. I'm like, you owe Devondre Campbell nothing. You owe Ronnie Bell nothing. Like at least Tevin Coleman, like I can make the argument, he did some great work for him in year 1 here. He did some great work in Atlanta. What does he owe these guys? I don't get it.
I go back to the Harbaugh phrase, trusted agent. And I think that Kyle Shanahan has to trust you before he'll play you. And he trusts so few of his rookies. And look, he's got a rookie. This is the best rookie class they have signed. This is a hell of a rookie class. John Lynch had an incredibly valuable draft. And he's starting to place more trust in his rookies. But rookie wide receivers is just it's a neighborhood you don't want to live in if you're playing for the 49ers. Rookie wide receivers get very little benefit of the doubt from Kyle Shanahan until you are ready to be perfect in all things. He doesn't let you on the field. And I think he hurts himself a little. He hurts the team and maybe some development a little bit by being as stubborn as he is with some of these guys. It's again, Steve Kerr's having a hell of a start this year, right? No one wants to rip Steve Kerr, but Steve Kerr's, what drives you nuts sometimes about his rotation is how he wouldn't let Brandon Pajemski play through 2 or 3 mistakes, but Klay Thompson can come out here and shout you out of the fucking week, and he doesn't get pulled. Mm-hmm. So
I know it was driving me nuts. The Ty Jerome shit, I love Steve. I love Steve, but like, God, Steve, of all the hills to die on, the Ty Jerome one, real quick, I'll give you a Jason Tatum thought here. Jason Tatum, great player. ISO player, great player. That's the reason why you didn't play in the Olympics, bud. You don't know how to pass the ball. It's my turn. Everyone get out of the way. Like, the Olympics is about team basketball. And I don't know if he knows this or not, but like Kevin Durant is still great. And even though he just got hurt, but like Kevin Durant is one of the all-time player ever. And clearly he's built up equity with Steve Kerr, rightfully.
Juwan Jennings.
Oh, you're ahead of me.
Pumping ahead of me. Doing some things. Juwan Jennings. Big play, Juwan. That's an explosive play. This is good news for the 49ers. Let's see if they can go ahead and get the wraparound. Oh, no. Well, they're not going to get a wraparound because they got the ball.
They got the ball first. I started Jennings today in fantasy. I'm a 14-man league. I guess 14-man league. And I'm just desperate. I mean, just so desperate. Oh, look at Jennings. Look at you. Break the tackle.
You're a little bit behind me. The next play has already been run on my broadcast. And Brock avoids a sack by basically bowling the football out from the pocket down by around guys' knees. I don't know how Brock got rid of that one, but really nice throwaway, all things considered. Sometimes living to fight another day is the right thing to do. Brock just made a good decision.
100%. I just watched that play. But you know what? Jordan Love needs to watch that because Jordan Love, the play's not always there. Throw it at someone's feet, live to see another down. I think earlier this year, Brock got a little too scramble happy, if I'm nitpicking. And I think just throwing the ball away sometimes and it being 2nd and 10 is not the worst thing.
No, of course it's not. Yeah. Again, the saying like you can't go broke taking a profit. Well, it's harder to go broke if you're not taking losses too. You know, just having a transaction where you come out even, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. You know, just bring up the next down. I like what I've seen with Purdy and his legs. I mean, you either got to have quick mind or quick feet to survive in this league, and he's got both. Ricky Pearsall on 3rd and 10. He's going to come up a little short, though, and with about 30 seconds left, the 49ers are going to have an opportunity to run a 4th down play or bring out Jacob Moody for a field goal to look to be up 10 at half if he hits it, and here comes Moody trotting out. Are you on Team Moody or not?
I mean, whatever. Here's my theory on kickers. You make kicks. You know what I mean? It's pretty straightforward to me. I thought he was really good last year, all things considered, right? Obviously, they lost him the Cleveland game in the rain, missing the field goal. But all things considered, I thought he was really good. Special teams has been an absolute nightmare all year.
Joe.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
He missed it.
As I'm yelling, just make kicks.
Oh, Moody freaking missed it. Just had it. It was left the whole way. Oh, Moody. I mean, come on. Come on. What was the name of the third kicker that didn't do that once?
Oh my God. What was that guy? Number 37 or whatever number
Carlson.
He was, 47.
Yeah,
Carlson.
Abner
wow, he just hooked that.
Dude, come on.
Oh my God. What was that? What
Moody.
Was that? Oh my God. Oh my God.
Where's Carlson when you need him? Where's Carlson?
I got a full room of kids downstairs with my little guy. So Damon, we're gonna have to do this again. All right, buddy.
Absolutely, I'd love to do it again. So somebody, when I said I was doing my next live stream, someone's like, "Well, you should try to go Manning cast. You should have a guest
like that.
go on." And I'm like, that is a really good idea. Who do I want to do it? And I sort of asked it out loud, and your name popped up in the chat, and there could not have been a more perfect person to roll out our very first guest during a live watch party than the president of the Kentwan Balmer fan club himself.
Oh my God, that guy, that bum. We should have taken Deshaun Jackson twice. Took Shiloh Rashall after that. Damon, it's and I mean this, I've said this to you personally. I've said this to you in bigger settings. I said this to you on the radio, but and this is the honest to God truth. You taught me, how to be a professional in this industry, how to prepare, how to communicate with an audience, how to conduct interviews, just putting everything together, giving me a chance, empowering people, telling me that I have the chops to do this kind of stuff, and it's changed my life. And I've told you this many times, but that I'm sincerely grateful and appreciative of everything that you've done for me, and it means a lot, not just to me, but my dad loved you, and obviously you were there for my pop's funeral, and I how much I appreciate that. But I can't. I mean, these words don't even begin to kind of encapsulate how much I'm appreciative of you, buddy.
I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I might have pushed you out of the nest, but you have flown on your own, man. You've done a hell of a job. I pointed you in the direction, but you traveled in it on your own, and you and Bonte got something really great together. And I'm proud of you too. I am so proud of you. You are one of the things about radio that still makes me actually smile. I'm a little mad at the industry, if you don't mind me saying.
You and me both. I get it.
But it's awesome. It's awesome to see you have so much success, and you deserved it, and you earn it, and people relate to you. And that's what makes you special, man. So keep it up. Go have a great time with your kids today. And we'll be listening for you and Bonte on the radio real soon this week, man. Thank you so much. Great to see you, Joe.
You too, buddy. Tell the boys I said hi. Tell your wife I said hi, and I'll see you soon, bud.
They're over at the Oakland Zoo today, and Ozzy.
My wife loves it.
Ozzy, he's 3 years old, and he says, I get to go on the gondola.
Oh, yeah.
The gondola is
what I like that
ride today at the zoo. So
Michelle bought the pass for the little guy over there, and she goes there all the time.
Good to see you, buddy.
Loves
Good to see you.
Zoo. All right. See you, Damon. Go Niners!
There he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Joe Shasky. I love that guy. Absolutely love that guy. And when the butcher boy was a butcher, he still sold me one of the best prime ribs I've ever had in my life. Thing was delicious. Cooked it up real good. Real good. Anyways, great to see Jason PDSI. Shasky's great when he's not screaming. Look, here's the thing. Joe gets fired up and it's not performative. And that's why it works. Like, that is him. I've had Joe in my house get fired up about something and he's screaming and he's just in full butcher mode. And it's who he is. It's who he is. Damn. Did the 49ers really just go into the locker room up 10-3 instead of 13-3 because Jacob Moody pushed one? Yep. So we'll be coming up on halftime here in just a second. And again, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Someone's like, Shasky is Butcher Boy? Yes, that's, I thought that was very, very much known. All right, so we're going to have halftime coming up here in just a little bit. We're 20 seconds away. 3rd and 10 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are just trying to get into field goal range here and looking to get a wraparound score on Kyle, who was just taking a timeout after he saw the formation the Bucs were lining up in that apparently he didn't like very much. So here we go. SF beat Tampa Bay Areas. Rego. Yeah, this is like the Battle of the Bays. Outside of Green Bay. These are the only bays you really get in the NFL. Tampa Bay, the San Francisco Bay, which, again, the Niners are hardly even close to anymore. And, is that going to be a free play for Baker Mayfield? No, they're throwing a flag on that, and they're going to call that a false start on Tampa Bay. Oh, no, excuse me, encroachment. Why'd they blow that dead so quick? You figure Baker would want that free play. Sam Okwuenu, neutral zone infraction. He will feel shame. $510 Steve says, someone remind Bosa that Trump is watching him. Hey, someone remind Bosa that Tristan Wirfs isn't in front of him anymore. That's just in school. So Nick Bosa should get an awful lot more get off in this game without Tristan Wirfs in front of him. That was dropped right. That was right between Otten's hands. Bad drop by Otten. It'll be 4th and 5. And I guess it's punt time for the 49ers, who, again, just need to, just don't make a mistake here on special teams. Don't screw up returning this punt that you're about to see. Smiley, thank you very much. Damon Cast is the best. Starting off with Butcher was so proper. Yeah, that's my broadcasting son right there. Freaking love that guy. Man, it looked like the 49ers were nearly going to block another punt there for a second. I guess they've improved in that department a little bit, putting more pressure on the punter. Kyrie 2021 says, Levi's is a stone's throw away from the Bay. Move here last week, Chicago man. It's not the Bay that anyone gives a shit about. Santa Clara might be a Bay Area county, but there's nothing Bay about it. Dude, you're in an office park. Come on, man. I don't care how oh, so congratulations. If the Bay had an appendix, you're close to the appendix. San Francisco was the heart. Come on. It's close to the Bay. It's a great stadium. Everyone loves it. The place blows. Okay, so Brock takes a knee. There it is. First half is over. 10-3, the 49ers stalling in the red zone again, unfortunately, and that is where they are here at halftime. You know what I want to take a look at? I want to take a look at some of these halftime stats, baby. Starting with team stats. Didn't even feel like the 49ers were 3 for 6 on third down, but there they are. 200 yards of offense, 5 drives so far for the 49ers, 148 passing, 52 rushing. Only 1 sack so far on the day, but again, Tristan Wirfs is out. at least went limping to the locker room in the second quarter. Haven't seen him back yet. A lot of those numbers are kind of nondescript, nothing to really write home about in any of those numbers. It was a better start for the 49ers than it turned into a flow of the game. 10 for 16 for Brock Purdy, 153 yards, decent average, touchdown, no interceptions, sacked once. Baker Mayfield isn't exactly lighting it on fire. Bucky Irving, 6 carries for 29 yards. That is digestible. That's acceptable. Again, 9 carries, 37 yards. 49ers didn't do a bad job against Tampa Bay's rushing attack in that first half right there. But let's just go right to the star of today's show. 7 carries, 21 yards for Christian McCaffrey. Jordan Mason only having 1 carry in that first half. Isaac Guerrero having no carries in that first half. I don't think I like seeing that, but there's plenty of football game left here today. Ricky Pearsall, first touchdown of his career, is the difference in this game right now. 2 catches, 53 yards for Ricky and a touch. 3 catches for Juwan Jennings. Debo, 1 catch, 5 yards. Again, Debo has not done shit today, if you don't mind me saying. All right? Let's go. Debo Samuel, let's go. Wow, what a catch by George Pickens in Washington earlier today. I'm just looking at that highlight. Woo. All right, Commanders and Steelers. That game's underway. Bills and Colts got a whole bunch of, again, normally when I go ahead and get hold on. Yeah, but normally when we come on here, we got some games to catch you up on. The only game that's in the books today is an overtime win for Carolina in London, and one of the uglier football games that will be played all year. It was like a battle of poop socks. And in overtime, Carolina wins 2017 over the New York Giants, who got about as bad of a day out of Daniel Jones as you possibly can. Marcos Tanner says, Damon, every time I hear Butcher, I think of 06 when I found Sports Phone online. From caller to broadcaster. That's pretty dope. Thank you. What do we got here? Craig Steele just subscribed. Been listening all year. Well, Craig, thank you very, very much. It's great to have you. We got about 150 people in the room right now. Come on in. The water is fine indeed. Hit that like button if you would, everybody. It helps the algorithm pick up the show and push it throughout the world of the interwebs. So that's always good for business. Jackie D says Vikings are down at the half against a Trevor Lawrence-less Jaguar team. Chef A checking in. She's in Texas. Chef A went to Texas for, God, she told me what she was going there for. I kind of forgot. But she's going with her wife to have some sort of like Tex-Mex party or something. I can't remember. But either way, have a great time. She's in Waco. She's in Waco, Texas. I said, oh, great. So you're joining a cult? Going David Koresh on me? Wacky Waco. You tripping. Moody's pissing me off, man. Too many misses. Shit's got to stop. I mean, again, when you are a drafted kicker, you got to do more than miss with the frequency that he misses at. He's got a big leg, there's no doubt. But, I mean, again, the Carlson kid who just walked in off the street and hit field goals, no problem. Like, that's what you want. You just want a kicker that you don't have to think about at all. You don't want to think of your kicker. You just want him to do the damn job and then not having to get hurt on special teams because there's no one else to make a tackle. Buster Bratmus, sick of Moody's inconsistency. I think everyone is. There's no doubt about that. G. Martinez, I miss Money Carlson. Yeah. The money man himself. The money man himself. All right, here. Hold on. got to make some notes here so I can know where I can go back and find things when I do a little edit of the show a little bit later on. But we are at half right now here on this live stream. It's great to have you. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe, my good friends. We're going to be doing live streams, I believe, the rest of the way. The people have spoken, and you want these? Okay, we're going to give them to you. We're going to absolutely continue to give them to you. It is great to have you here to support this. If you want to support the channel, again, thank you very much for those likes. Thank you for a subscribe. Thank you very much for going ahead and becoming a member, if that's the way you want to go. Thank you for becoming a member. We want to thank all of our sponsors, as always, though, starting with this man right here. Ike's has got a great sandwich for you. If you'd ordered that, I don't know, when this game kicked off, it'd probably be coming to your house right about now. So that means if you order now, it'll probably be coming to your house when the game is starting to wrap up. Get a sandwich from Ike's and make sure you sign up for that Love Rewards program. You get a free sandwich when you sign up. And again, if you're watching in a part of the country where you don't have an Ike's near you, boy, I hope that changes soon. This guy's got one of the best sandwich restaurants in the world, and you can get a Damon Bruce there. I am ribeye, provolone, onion rings, little steak sauce. I like adding onions, little lettuce, no tomato, and I get mine on soft bread. I'm not a Dutch crunch guy, but Ike's is famous for his Dutch crunch. If you want to go that direction, go in that direction. Start eating your way towards free sandwiches. My man Ike is waiting for you. Our friends at the Dubliner are waiting for you this afternoon. You get to the Dubliner on West Portal, go in there, say hi to Kenny, say Damon sent me, and he'll be like, oh, great, one of you. No, you'll be welcomed with open arms. I promise you that. Dubliner is a great bar on West Portal, the most underrated block in all of San Francisco. I love West Portal. And the only thing I love more than sitting back with the Guinness is sitting back with a winner. Go ahead and pick your winners over on BetUS, powering today's live stream. It's where the game begins, and it's where your play should begin. And when you do begin play over on BetUS, make sure you use YouTube150 as the promo code to get a 150% sign-up bonus when you make that first deposit up to $2,000 with our good friends over at BetUS. Of course, play responsibly. See these tool helmets behind me? Green Gridiron. Check out the link in the description of this live stream to order replica helmets like this 49er helmet right here, customizable helmets. This is my own show logo on this helmet here, and this is a real helmet. This is like a Riddell Speed. Somebody in Tampa is wearing this helmet today. Same brand anyway, same type of helmet. And mini helmets, we are starting our holiday shopping. You probably don't need like a third or fourth jersey before you get that first helmet. So check out our good friends at Green Gridiron. Use the link that is attached to the description of this live stream, and you will save money when you use promo code Damon at checkout. So check that out right now. Green Gridiron has got some great helmets. I mean, everything that you could think of: college, pro, alternative helmets, mini helmets, replica helmets, and then the real boys, the real big boy helmets. They got all of it over at Green Gridiron. So thanks so much to all of our sponsors. Thanks so much to all of you offering super chats. The official from the bottom, a little something for the Ganja jar. Trump was a big winner. I bet on that one. Hey, I faded that. I bet against that, but there's absolutely no denying who won that. So there you go. Here we go. Rob O says, I remember listening to Damon's show, hoping the Butcher Boy would call in. He was a great caller. So the Butcher Boy, when he would call into Sports Phone 680 back in the day, I had a little hand signal that I would give to the producer, the board op, to say, all right, I'm going to commercial break, but I don't want you to hang up on that person. Just put him on hold, and I'm going to come talk to him during the commercial break. And I remember the very first night I picked up the phone to talk to Butcher Boy after his call, just a great call ranting about the Mike Nolan era 49ers. And I just remember picking up the phone and saying, dude, who are you? You know, did you used to do student radio, or are you just some diehard fan? Because you are one of the best sports callers out here in the Bay. You're one of the best sports callers just calling into any sports show in the country, to the point where, like, hey, man, if you ever wanted to like be a radio host, I bet you could do it. He's like, nah, I'm a butcher. I got a place out on Ocean Avenue. So I went to his butcher shop out on Ocean Avenue once. And it's funny. I live right by where his old butcher shop was, and he is now living in the studio that I was thrown out of. It's amazing, the cycle of it all. But I'm so happy for that guy, and getting to know him just personally, beyond being a caller, but becoming a friend and getting to know his family and his beautiful wife and his father. Butcher Boy's dad loved my show, and he told me that every single time I would ever see him. Such a great guy. Just such a great guy was Papa Shasky, and he would be so proud. He was so proud of his son, and will continue to be, because he's great at what he does, man. He really is, and it makes me happy to think I played some small role in it actually happening. So it's really cool. When I look back on all the things that I did in radio, that's going to be one of my favorite forever. Rob K. Hey, Ratto for the second half. I don't think Ray's going to be joining us for the second half today, but you know, maybe I can get Ray in at some point. Maybe. I don't know. I gotta give him a shot. A. Espinoza says, Butcher Boy is good. Whatever happened to Bob from San Jose? He was good too. Oh, Bob was great. Bob in San Jose. I don't know whatever happened to Bob in San Jose. I hope he's doing well. I do know that Sporticus will probably be in here at some point in time today. Sporticus is still very much in the chat and listening. He lives in Arizona now. But yeah, Bob from San Jose was always fantastic. Scott from Santa Cruz. Remember that guy? This is for old school. Old school. Old school sports phone was Scott from San Jose calling it, Admiral Bruce, what's going on, man? Unfortunately, Scott from San Jose passed away years ago, though. That hurt. That hurt. And Lieutenant Dan. Yeah. Oh, man. David Neal, bringing it back to the game that we're watching together here, says, all of these weapons in 2 weeks to prepare, and this is what we get from Kyle? Again, they're tracking for 400 yards of offense. Disappointing to see them stall in the red zone. But look, it's been I think, better than expected defensive effort so far. I'm not complaining about style points, nor am I accepting any complaints about style points from here on out. It's just win football games from here on out. If the 49ers lose this game, David, your points will be well taken. The 49ers have yet to lose this football game. So we're not going to sit around and talk about what they ain't, because they could still be in the win column, and that's all they need to be. And they need to get there over and over and over again and hang out there. The blow your doors off 49ers as you knew them in the last few seasons might not really exist anymore. So this is get by with what you can in every game that you can, and it won't be levels of dominance that remind you of the way things used to be, but just be good enough to get through the afternoon. And you look around football. Everywhere you look, there is a performance where I thought they were going to do better than that, or stunned that they're doing better than that. I mean, it is the most try to predict it is a good way to sound stupid league there is. You know, game, it doesn't even feel like some halves are connected to each other, much less weeks are connected to each other. Just need a third quarter like we had against the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, the 49ers really had a great third quarter against the Dallas Cowboys. And then a fourth quarter that left you, wanting more. But this quarter, this half begins with the 49ers defense out on the field. And Baker Mayfield dropping back, loading up, looking to let a deep one go. That's kind of a duck. Looks like his arm might have been hit, and it lands just right in the middle of the field. So nothing really happened there. Going to bring up third down. Offensively, it should. Red zone failures are mind-boggling. Well, it's not great. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. It's not great. And if the 49ers were just a little bit better in the red zone, they were 6-2 going into the bye week. But they haven't been. And they haven't corrected it here in the first half that they've had Christian McCaffrey back. Man, Bosa just got absolutely crunched looking for Baker Mayfield. I'm wondering if Bosa's down on the ground here. He got popped by a guard that turned around and just kissed him right in the rib cage. That's an incomplete pass, though. That's going to bring up fourth down. Yeah, Bosa got destroyed. He did. You can tell Bosa's feeling that one. He just got blessed. Hopefully his rib cage is all right. I mean, Bosa was a little bit of a game-time decision. Oh, my goodness, a special teams mistake. Jacob Cowing just coughed a ball up. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? All right, so that is a player being put. This should be waved off. This won't be a fumble. That's got to be you got pushed into your own guy. Darrell Luter Jr. was pushed into Jacob Cowing by the gunner. I mean, are they going to let that stand? They're not going to look at that? That's not catch interference in any way, shape, or form? Jacob Cowing can't even catch a freaking, oh my God. Special fucking teams. Every single time you look up, it's special teams letting the 49ers down. Special teams. Good God. Again, that's not catch interference at all. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, if there's one thing we know is that the 49ers will not be letting go of their special teams coach, Brian Schneider, who apparently has pictures that would so implicate Kyle Shanahan that he has a lifetime of job security no matter how much his part of the football team fails every single week. Every single week. There is a special teams mistake. I mean, it's amazing. It's just freaking amazing. 3rd and 2 here for Tampa Bay. From the 12, Baker hands off to Bucky Irving, who picks up a first down. So it's about to be 1st and goal. Tampa has all kinds of opportunities to now tie this football game up. I mean, it's just special teams. Yup, Edo, special teams. Goddamn fucking special teams. Marco, yeah. Fire Schneider immediately. Again, Schneider should have been fired immediately 4 weeks ago. You know, if there was ever a time to let him go, it was during the bye week. And you get someone else in here to do it. Bucky Irving, catch, touchdown, screen, exactly what I told you he was good at. Oh, excuse me, that was Rashad White, not Bucky Irving, who brought it in. One guy wears 1, the other one wears 7. It's hard to tell the difference when they're running sideways, but there you go. We are a point after touchdown away from this being a tie game, and I'm just telling you right now, 49ers, you cannot afford to lose this game today and retain your credibility as a football operation. Unbelievable. This is BS. Kenny Powers, you're right. This offense needs to respond right now. This offense does need to respond right here and right now because it's just under 12 minutes remaining in the third quarter. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers came out with the ball in the second half. 49ers defense got off the field, and then 49ers special teams put the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right back on the field with a fumble by Jacob Cowing. And what the fuck? I mean, oh my God. It's a good thing Butcher Boy's not here right now. He's probably going nuts. Unbelievable. Jam 18 says Kyle's fault for keeping into the special teams coach. I get what you're saying, man. Again, if you are going to let it slide every single week, I mean, there is no player who would be allowed to make this many mistakes, be allowed to damage the team week in, week out in this manner and keep his job. But for whatever reason, Schneider keeps his job indefinitely. It just doesn't make any sense. Buster Bratmus. So fucking sick of this. Everyone's worst nightmare. What is that? Is that I don't know. Game over. Well, game's not over yet. I agree with this, Joe G. Right here. Trent Taylor has better hands than Cowing. Have Trent Taylor. He is on this team. He's on the practice squad. Trent Taylor was signed to be here. Elevate him and have somebody who knows how to catch a fucking football on special teams. Come on. You know, it's one thing to be caught off guard once, to be caught off guard each and every game. It's just so annoying. It's just so annoying. Imar Jason says, I've been watching the 49ers since the early 80s. This is the worst special teams play I have ever seen. That's not hyperbole, ever. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I'm with you. Have I seen greater individual, more damaging errors on special teams? Yes, I have. But a collection of week in, week out disappointing plays, game-altering plays, decision of who's going to win today, altering plays. Every week, the 49ers are on the wrong side of a special teams equation. Every week. It's something else, man. Yeah, Marco Elisario says, and people keep on saying Cowing is the future of failure. Like, I mean, again, he's still so young in his career, but if you're Mr. I can't even catch a punt, how are you going to be the vertical threat? How are you going to, how am I supposed to trust you as a wide receiver when you can't catch a punt? The 49ers have made special teams harder than they ever need to be every single week. No, there's no high school team in the country who has more of a blind spot week in, week out every single week. Christian McCaffrey, just what the doctor ordered. Takes it up the middle for about a 12-yard gain, first run of the series, and McCaffrey's got the 49ers offense rolling here a little, hopefully rolling into the end zone. They need a touchdown. They need a score right here. Christian McCaffrey, again, keeping him on schedule. Beautiful read of that hole. It opened like just open sesame. He had a ton of room to run right there. Again, I want to see Guerrero this half. I want to see Jordan Mason get more than one carry this half. Quick slant right out to Debo, little RPO to Debo. That's going to be close to a first down, if not a first down. Niners, all of a sudden, their offense is at midfield. Hey, for the first time today, we got 200 people in the room, 200 or more. 140 likes. That means we need about 60 of you to lean in, hit that like button so we can get about 400 people in this room, then about 600. Let's go. Let's grow the algorithm. Again, thank you very much for being here. We're brought to you by Ike's Sandwiches. This live stream is indeed, let me get this back up here. by our good friends. This live stream is being powered by BetUS. Brock Purdy's got Vita Vea down by his ankles. He takes off running, picks up about 4 going around right side. Purdy made a business decision right there, and it was a good decision. We got Juwan Jennings a little shaken up on the play. We got a flag on the play. We got a gimpy Tampa Bay Buccaneer on the play. So let's see what's happening here. Oh, you got dudes running into dudes. Dudes running into dudes, not looking out for dudes. Dude collisions. Happens on a football field. Must be trouble, says just keep giving the Bucs a long field. Well, again, that's the business that they were giving the Bucs, and then the special teams mistake gave the Tampa Bay Buccaneers about as short as field as a team could ask for. Must be trouble, still keeping it positive here, saying we will eke out a win. Yeah, I mean, how about this? You better. I mean, I don't have anything to say other than you better win this football game this afternoon. Because you are all out of, whoops, we let that one slip away. You're all out of that. All out. Christian McCaffrey got tied up in the backfield at that one. Cansey shot the gap, made a nice tackle in the backfield. B-Star003 says, I think we need to realize the 49ers aren't in win-it-all mode. They really think they can build for the future and win Super Bowls. That never works out. Look, I think maybe the reality that might set in, if not starting today, but by the end of the year, is that not winning a Super Bowl last year over Kansas City was devastating. Because that might have been the best shot. You know, you're never going to be that frisky. You're never going to be that deep again. You're never going to be able to build a team around a rookie quarterback deal as long as Brock is the quarterback like that again. That was such an opportunity squandered. But again, I don't want to. We're going to keep it positive here. We're going to work a little positivity into this live stream. Why not? To tie game after all. But yeah, if I failed at my company week in, week out like Schneider, I would have been fired after 2 weeks. Marcos, yeah. No, I don't think anyone in any line of work has as long of a leash as Schneider has as special teams coach of the 49ers. That is a first down to Debo. Again, he's got dudes just hanging off him every single time he touches the ball. He's just got somebody pulling him down by his hip as soon as he's catching the ball. Debo is not quite who he used to be. But when he is at his best, so are the Niners. He's not exactly playing with a level of violence that reminds you of the good old days, but that play was needed right there. First down, approaching the red zone. Let's see what the Niners got here. By the way, I don't know if Irwin's in here today, but Irwin, the coffee is still very much on point. Thank you so much for those bags that you gave me during Plus Mania. They're great. Speaking of the other bags, the ganja jar was in full effect yesterday. The ganja jar was absolutely tapped into the minute that game went final against Michigan. I was so happy. I seriously, 10-0. Oh, my God. I want you to feel the football happiness that I have on my Saturdays on your Sundays. I really do. I'll tell you, Christian McCaffrey's out there battling his ass off for a guy who's playing his first game of the year. He's been on the field for 32 of 38 plays, according to this graphic. I mean, that's a full workload, Kyle. Jesus. Maybe give the guy a break a little bit. You know, let's not forget that Isaac Guerrero was having a really good October. Let's not forget that Jordan Mason is still a damn good player just because we remember what Christian McCaffrey looks like in this offense. The remembering of Christian McCaffrey shouldn't be at anybody's forgotten career. Screw the passing game, just run the damn ball. Well, 3rd and 5 right here. Alan, good question. How is that not fair catch interference? I really cannot explain it to you. I thought that was absolutely going to come into play. It did not. Christian McCaffrey, first down on 3rd and 5. He caught the ball out of the backfield, turned it up, got out at the sideline. 49ers are going to be at 1st and goal here. It's been a good drive. Good drive, mixing in McCaffrey, Debo, Jennings. I think the only guy who hasn't touched the ball that's a big name on this drive so far has been Kittle. Kittle's been the number one target in the red zone. Let's see if he makes a play here to get the Niners in for 6. Tell you, McCaffrey's moving great. I mean, looks just like we remember seeing. You know, I mean, no one could say that about Brandon Ayuk when he missed all of those plays. Brandon Ayuk missed so much of the preseason that he started the regular season just a step slow and behind everybody. Christian McCaffrey, we just started ramping up like the last week ago, and he's just, I mean, this is the difference between good football players and great football players. This is the difference between you're in the NFL and maybe someday you're in the Hall of Fame. I think Christian McCaffrey is a Hall of Fame football player. And he is just a beast. 2nd and goal for the 49ers. Cannot get this drive stalled here in the red zone. Brock back, sacked. What the fuck? Wow. I mean, that guy just came blowing in. Garendo had a chip block that didn't do enough chipping, and, you know, Trent was just preoccupied with his blocker, and that was just an easy blitz. Easy blitz for Todd Bowles and this Tampa Bay defense. So this makes it 3rd and goal from the 19-yard line. Bad sack there. The 2nd of the day given up. And the 49ers are going to run a screen to Debo that doesn't really go anywhere. That's just a chicken shit call. It really is. You're looking at 3rd and a whole bunch, and you're going to run a screen to Debo. Like, you're going to go to a play that hasn't popped for you not once in a single game yet this year. So here is Jake Moody, who is missed from 49, made one from 28. This is about a 32-yard, 33-yard field goal for Moody right here. And it better be good. And it is. Barely. God, he just got that in. He just tucked it in the upright. I mean, goddamn, Jake. Jake, if you could make it easier for people to root for you, that'd be fantastic. Billy Bong. What was Cowing doing? He was fumbling the ball. He was fumbling the ball. I hope they lose every game so Kyle can go, what a shithead. Yeah, I'm not there, man. I don't think that Kyle Shanahan is this team's biggest problem. You know, I really don't. What I think this team's biggest problem is that they didn't win the Super Bowl last year. Doc Holliday, just throwing a 10 spot in the Ganja jar for good luck. Thank you very much, Doc. I see we got a new member. Hold on. We got to find this. Wayne Wong has become a member. Welcome to the initiated, Wayne. It is great to have you. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for becoming a member. Again, the official from the bottom, stuffing a little into the Ganja jar. Thank you, as always. Kyle needs an ego check. Kyle has no new innovation. See, those are better points to me than, just fire Kyle. Kyle's very good at what he does. And again, incompetent is the wrong way to describe what Kyle Shanahan does. If you wanted to use the word disappointing, that's okay. But incompetent? No, the 49ers are not an incompetent football team unless you're evaluating them through the prism of special teams, in which case they're the fucking yakety sacks. They're the Benny Hill theme. But this is a team that is an NFL best 23-4 in the second half of seasons. And again, the Niners are leading this game. I don't care what a beauty contest this is for anyone who demands this be a beauty contest. They don't have enter and easily win the beauty contest level beauty and talent anymore. You know, you can see their age lines a little bit. They're not as beautiful as they used to be. I mean, who among us is? But for the year's over, it ain't happening crowd, there's still so much football to be played. But they got to get this done. Today is a day that is non-negotiable. They must win this day. They must win this day. They cannot be a game under 500 after this day. Because what's coming up for them? Seattle, Buffalo, Green Bay, at Buffalo, at Green Bay. This is a brutal month. Again, we will know exactly who the Niners are based on this result and the next 3 games. We'll know what they're doing by then. But man, it is disappointing to see yet another stall in the red zone. You know, when is that going to get corrected? And by the way, if the answer is that will not be corrected, then yeah, you're not going to do anything this postseason. Nothing much is going to happen if they don't start correcting the obvious mistakes, which are stalling in the red zone and a special teams error, which flips every single game you're playing in. Second and 3 for Tampa. About 3:45 remaining in the third quarter. So we're getting closer and closer to the fourth. Robbo. Stuff in the ganja jar. By the way, there's the ganja jar right there. The JJ Raider ganja jar. Thank you very much for stuffing the jar. It's like tucking a buck in a strip club. Ooh, thank you. Steve wants to know, did Bosa get traded? He's been missing. Yeah, Bosa has not done very much, especially with Justin School replacing Tristan Wirfs out there. We have not seen an awful lot from Nick Bosa. He's not even on the field for this snap. It's 1st and 10. So they're looking to give him a little rest, and hopefully he does something in that second. Or excuse me, in the fourth quarter. You know, I see some Nick Sorensen's not the right guy. Again, I don't really have defensive problems with today's game plan. I really don't. They're doing what they need to do. Baker Mayfield hasn't even thrown for 100 yards yet. It's been an all right day defensively. It's the complementary offensive football that leaves an awful lot to be desired. Baker, quick trigger to a back coming out of the backfield. That is that's White again. I'm getting my Bucky. My Bucky radar is not very good. I hate it when you got one running back wearing number 1 and the other running back wearing number 7, and you can hardly tell the two apart. Junior saying we look horrible coming out of the bye. It's not smooth sailing. It ain't smooth. All right, Tampa just crossed midfield. 1st and 10 for Baker and the Buccaneers offense. It is time to bow up if you are the 49ers defense right here, right now. Dude, Bucky Irving just ran right up the middle for 9 yards. I mean, you know, it's been a pretty good day defensively against the run, but can't let a run like that happen right there. Again, what are we looking at now? Tampa Bay's got 91 receiving yards. And 74 rushing yards, including another first down. Dude, Bucky is just running a gap. It's not smooth. I'll agree with you on that, man. This ain't smooth. November 23rd, Indiana and Ohio State, Robbo. Oh, you know it. I already told my wife. I said, I don't know what you're doing that day, but I know what I'm doing that day, and it's got nothing to do with you and the boys. I need that game. Bad. Baker, full 360 spin. Oh, my God. He nearly threw one right into the end zone for a touchdown, but he did a nice breakup, all things considered. Marco Elisario says, I don't understand how the defense was good in the first half and yet again is falling apart in the second half. Look, man, like I was saying, you got halves of football that feel like they're totally unrelated to each other. That's how quickly fortunes change in the NFL. You can go from having a great game. By the way, Renardo Green, beautiful pass breakup in the end zone. Rookie's looking good. But forget about being good week in, week out. It's hard to stay. It's hard to remain good and consistent over just 4 quarters in this league. Campbell whiffing on tackles out there. Yeah, that's what he does. Hand Banana says it's called adjustment. I mean, I don't know. Was the adjustment the right thing going on here for the Buccaneers, or was a special teams miscue what really got the Buccaneers going on in here? Wonder Boy wants to know, can we make Bosa great again? Here's the deal. It's going to take more than just pressures, okay? It's going to take more than pressures for this defense to look like it used to look. He needs to get home, and he does not get home as often as you'd like to see it. Blake says this is a DC issue with failure of the defense, but it was Kyle who put them in his situation. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's just no doubt that, Nick Sorensen was Kyle and John Lynch's call. Whatever value add Brandon Staley was supposed to deliver, it's hard to decipher where that is. And look, you know what? If this is the truth, then everyone here is in more trouble than we think. Old lady says the team is worn out. I don't even think that that's unfair. I don't know if that's unfair. Are they a little worn out? Are they a little, Super Bowl loss hangover-y? A little bit? Right now, Bosa can't even beat a backup. Bosa, a big nothing from Jimmy Page. Jimmy, loved your work with Led Zeppelin. Thank you. Bosa getting beaten by a backup. Bosa, so muscle-bound he can't rap. No flexibility. Frank Banks says, didn't you and Krug predict a blowout? I thought you guys were out of your minds when you were saying that. You seem to have forgotten that the Buccaneers almost beat the Chiefs last week. So I did look, the 49ers still could win and cover. That's what we predicted. I thought the 49ers were going to win today comfortably. This has not been a comfortable game to this point, but the Niners are winning it. 0 pressures for Nick Bosa against Worths or School today. Next gen stats, not being nice to Nick Bosa right now. Vin Win. Kyle's outlived his usefulness. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, my God, Bucky Irving, right up the middle. I mean, why would you even bother throwing the ball again if you're the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? They are beating the 49ers by running a gap. Nick Bosa totally whiffs on Irving. Totally whiffs right there. They left him unblocked. And Bosa just dove at the ankles of a running back who wasn't even there. I mean, everyone was telling me that Nick Bosa was going to be on his, very, very best today. And that is Bucky Irving running in for a touchdown. I'm telling you, if the 49ers blow this, just shame on them. Just shame on them. Shame on them. Yeah, a coach's messaging can get old. Yeah, you know what also is getting old? All these missed tackles. All these pressures that don't do shit. That's what's getting old. Niners just getting blown off the ball there. Good God. Wonder Boy wonders, what time does the Warriors game start? It's a little too early in the football season to be asking that question, right? Bosa missed. Hey, J-Ram says, Ram 18, Jam 18 says, Tampa Bay can actually score in the red zone. Yeah, what a concept. Bosa's effort is awful. Bosa hurting. -6.5. G. Martinez is dead. Yeah, I laid off. I did not bet the Niners. Chris Leclerc. This team is embarrassing. Rick Diaz, the game is over. Rick Allen, trade Bosa for a 7th rounder. I mean, come on, he's giving you a little bit more production than a 7th rounder, right? Hopefully you can get a 6th out of that. Kenny Powers says, I think we're witnessing something here, the downfall of Kyle's offensive prowess. I know everyone's frustrated. The 49ers are second in the league in total offense. So, I hear what you're saying. There's a lot of frustrating elements to this season, but the 49ers still move the ball. Still move the ball, but they just don't move it into the end zone. And look, Doc Holliday, just not our year. Stay faithful. I can tell you this, there have been enough indicators of it ain't going to be your year out there that feels very real. I mean, a lot of omens. A lot of omens that are just screaming, maybe not your year. But until the math screams that, I'm not going to be screaming it. Tampa Bay money line, ka-ching. If you put it on the money, honey, nothing to do but wish you congratulations. Bosa, completely ineffective. Sky Collins, yeah, it's not happening. Red Jet says, color me so unsurprised by this gameplay. I got to admit it, I am a little surprised by this. The way that they're just getting blown off the line by, Tampa's offense, and the way that they're not running the ball. When it says just run against Tampa, you can have a lot of success doing that. So this is a 4-point game, and we are in the fourth quarter. 14-18 remaining in the fourth quarter, so we can get synced up here. I'll let you know when the 49ers play clock is counting down, and they're about to snap off here. Dan says, I just came in to say this is bull. Thanks, Dan. Yeah, this was not good. Wasn't CMC supposed to fix our red zone offense? That was the goal. That was the plan. Indiana Jim, I just can't with this drama queen fan base. There really are some overly reactive Niner fans, but I can feel also like, here's the thing. Today's the day that anger could actually bubble over for real, and it makes sense to me. All the stuff before this is a little, I don't know. By the way, George Kittle, hey, diddle diddle. George Kittle, catch, run, keep running, run through dudes. 4 Tampa Bay Buccaneers tackle him at about the 40-yard line. Looks like we got an injured Tampa Bay Buccaneer as well. Christian McCaffrey was the dummy play fake. Oh, did a play action? Oh, a little play action from under center. What a concept. JJ Rader. It's almost like Nick Bosa is related to Joey Bosa. Ooh. Greg RJZ says, you could say whatever you want, Damon, but Kyle is overrated. He's an idiot for not firing his special teams coach. Drifting into the overrated lane. Yeah, I could see how you could make that argument. And not firing a special teams coach, to me, has been a massive mistake. A massive mistake. I think this is fair too, Fairbanks. CMC can't fix bad play calling in the red zone. Stephanie, rough game at all 3 levels today. It has been. By the way, that was off of somebody's hands. Was that a use check? Who was the intended receiver right there? Drop that one. 2nd and 10 from the 40. A handoff to Garendo. Oh, no, excuse me. Christian McCaffrey again. Help your boy up there, Aaron. Help your boy off the ground. Seriously, every single time Christian McCaffrey gets tackled, 3 49ers should come and pick him up. James says nothing's been fixed. Red zone offense sucks. Special teams sucks. Third down defense sucks. That's fair. That's fair. This game isn't Purdue's fault. Broken metronome. Thank you. Yeah, do we really have to watch Purdue play another national TV game next week against Penn State? That's brutal. 3rd and 9, throwing underneath to Juwan Jennings is set up 4th down for the 49ers. And are they going to go for it? Or are they going to ask Moody to come out and kick a field goal that'll still leave you down 1? Again, got to throw to the sticks there, Brock. You got to run to the sticks. Go for it here. No, they're going to send out Moody. Christopher, you are right about this. 50-yard attempt for Moody. Was he missed from 49 today? Moody, not even close. Hooked the shit out of it. What the fuck? Kyle, you are, I mean, I'm serious. How are you not going for it right there? Why are you letting Moody, who has come back to show you he isn't exactly state-of-the-art? Oh, man, look, Kyle. Oh, you are pissed. Are you starting to get your notes on special teams there, Kyle? You starting to figure it out? G Channel says it's hard to watch our defense be so average when we used to be dominant. It feels like this is more than just Dre Greenlaw is not involved. I'll give you that. Dan, this is booty. Yeah, I believe the kids call it cheeks. I mean, it's just not good. I hate the NFL kickoffs with a passion. J Boogie 510. So on the campaign trail, when Trump was just, riffing at one of his rallies, he actually said something that I thought was maybe the funniest thing that he said during his entire public life as a political figure, where he basically was complaining about the NFL kickoff rule. And he said, you watch an NFL game and these guys they kick it off and then they just stand there. Everybody's just standing there at kickoff. Yeah, nothing happens. Like, this kickoff was supposed to engender more action. I think there's an argument to be made that it has engendered even less action. And I mean, maybe that's good for the 49ers special teams. They're so bad, but yeah, if you got rid of this new special teams hybrid kickoff thing tomorrow, no one would miss it. No one would miss this new kickoff if it went away tomorrow. And Dan, thank you very much. Hit that like button. I think a whole bunch of pissed off 49er fans are starting to reach the channel right here, right now. So hit like and subscribe so this can be pushed out. We're going to have a pissed off post game as things stand right now, but there is time for the Niners to still win this game. Is there any time to impress left in this game for the 49ers? No, I think that ship has sailed. Is there any time to remind you of the team that was about to win a Super Bowl in this game? No, that ship has sailed in this game, but there is still time to win this game. There is still time to win this game. It is a 4-point game. Jake Moody has left 6 points out on the field. The 49ers point differential. In the second half, they're down 24 points as a season-long total point differential. Again, front runners, yes, they are. Come from behind football team, not often enough. Jordan Elliott has just made a play for maybe the third time this year, tackling Irving in the backfield. So it's going to be 2nd and 12. Got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers having scored touchdowns on their last 2 possessions. One was a gift made by a special teams mistake, Jacob Cowing. Like I do. I tell you what, when I do talk to Kruger for Wake Up on Monday, and he tries to tell me again that I should be excited about Jacob Cowing, I'm going to ask him for what? For what? Jacob Cowing, week in, week out, is looking more and more like Ronnie Bell than he is Ricky Pearsall. Okay? 3rd and 6. If there were ever a time to get off the field, it is right here. It is right now. Let's go. 49er defense. Baker winds one up, cranks one out, overthrows, no flags. No flags. No flags. Okay. That is 4th down. Niners are going to be getting the ball back here. Jorge Luis Sotelo. Hope I got that right. Why is everyone texting like beating the Bucs was going to be easy? Canes Hoosiers in the playoffs. Yeah, baby. Still thinking of moving from Miami to Chicago. Well, if you do, the pizza gets better. The weather gets worse. And I think the people get better. Chicago's a cool town full of cool people. I don't know if Miami's really got that going on. Jacob Cowing. Oh, my God. He is running. He is on his feet, and he is a decent return. Jacob Cowing did something that didn't hurt the 49ers on special teams. Parade should go up Market Street on Monday. Jacob Cowing. Redemption. Kind of. With a decent return. All right, that's good, Jacob. Again, we couldn't have gotten much worse. This wasn't going to be an easy game. But I thought it was going to look a little crisper than this, having the bye week being, at the central theme of what's going on here. We have an elite tight end, J Boogie 510. Yeah, Kittle is still the man. Kittle's a special player, and he's having a really, really good year. But he can't do it by his own, man. Bosa, is he hurt? Has there been an announcement that Bosa's hurt? Again, I'm talking to you. Let me take, by the way, I can take these off now. Butcher Boy's gone. I should have taken these off a while ago so I can actually hear what's going on in this broadcast. Here's what's going on in this broadcast. Let's pause it to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming to the channel today. Hit like and subscribe if you would. That's a great way to support what we're doing over here. My name's Damon. I've covered the 49ers for about 20 years. Now we're on YouTube, and we're doing it, hopefully you'll agree, better than ever. We want to thank our good friend Ikes for sponsoring everything that we do here on the Plus. He is the man. He is our primary sponsor. Without Ikes, I don't know if we're up and running next month. That man right there is special, and so are his sandwiches. So you get yourself to an Ike's, get yourself ordered up at Ike's, and right now, if you sign up for that Love Rewards program, you get a free sandwich when you sign up. You're entered to win prizes when you purchase, and you're going to be entered to, maybe go to New Orleans, a super touchdown trip to New Orleans for the big game. Yes, you can find that over on the Ike's Rewards app as well. Good luck to you. Good luck to our good friends at the Dubliner. As always, taking great care of us. You walk into the Dubliner, you are going to be treated like a king. Tell Kenny that Damon sent you, and you are going to, it's just an awesome bar. Shasky already endorsed the bar. And let me just tell you right now, if you're thinking about making any plays for the late games for Sunday Night Football, for Monday Night Football, check out BetUS and do it using the promo code YouTube150 for 150% signing up bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000. So there you go. Our friends at BetUS sponsoring. My man Ike always leading the way. And I thank you all for the super chats, for the love. What do I got here? I think crisp games ain't happening this year. Let's just win ugly. Yeah, winning ugly, Jorge, is the way to go. Because a pretty win, that ain't happening today. Again, Brock is 17 of 25 for 230 yards. And I got people saying, get rid of Brock. Brock is not today's problem. Brock is not today's problem. Why is Cowing celebrating? He cost us a touchdown. Well, he actually made a play, and he got excited about that. I won't take it away from him. Brock dropping back on 2nd and 10, fires downfield, finds a target, catch, first down. Juwan Jennings. All right, let's bring this up here. Let's get back to the box score. Let's get back to the game cast. Boom. Back to the game cast. Purdy passes short to Juwan Jennings for 11 yards. That's where we want to be. Yeah, crisp, going to be hard to find. Just win, baby. Oh, Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield. Huge play downfield. He's a special player. Christian McCaffrey. 30-yard gain, the play that the Niners needed, and what do you know? Christian McCaffrey found it for him. Kenny Jewell says, Bosa's the best player on this team, and if that bothers people so much, maybe they shouldn't watch football. Look, Bosa is among the best players on this team, but he doesn't have the best production on this team. Again, I'm tired of hearing about labor pains and reading about pressures. I need to read about sacks. This is a reverse to Debo. No one is fooled. Again, Debo coming out of the backfield, running the football, fools nobody anymore. There was one decent play today where that worked. The rest of the time, it's been shut down. That was a rainbow, Brock. It was a little bit of a rainbow. It really was. Hey, floated it in. Floated it in. Cheese Leong with the super. Damon, you're a breath of fresh air on YouTube. There are nuances to calling a game. You got a radio voice. You cut your teeth on radio. Love the show. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Get out of the way, Brock. Just get rid of it. Just throw it away. Just throw it away. He threw it away. Did he step out of bounds before he threw it away? There's a flag. What's going on, Kevin Burkhardt? Tell me what the hell just happened right there. Did Brock Purdy step out of bounds? He did. Oh, my God. He stepped out of bounds. He let it go one step too far. Are you going to get a little roughing the passer on that? Oh, roughing the passer. Brock did take a hit out of bounds. Brock, again, he got rid of that ball. Clancy, did he lean? I mean, I tell you, the Niners are going to benefit from a call. That is not the worst roughing the passer you're ever going to see. That is not much of a personal foul. That's just football and momentum carrying you out of bounds. But the 49ers will take it. The 49ers are going to take that all gosh darn day that they can find it. But that was not, that was a little bit of a break. Brock looked a little banged up. Well, he's still out there. Jam 18, best play so far. Hey, first down from the 11-yard line. Brock. Oh, throws into the end zone. Little too high for Juwan Jennings. No pass interference, no flags on that one. Amy Lou says, Kyle can't call a red zone play to get a touchdown. It is amazing how befuddled they look. I don't know what Red Jet's thinking Robbie for, but Robbie, thank you for saying nice things. All right, here we go. Brock dancing, looking, running, surviving, looking for a play. Throws to the back of the end zone. George Kittle, did he get his feet down? Touchdown, George fucking Kittle. That is huge, George. Oh, George, that is huge. The 49ers. Both feet down. Look at this. Boom, boom. Oh, my God, George. Hey, diddle, diddle. In the end zone, George Kittle. Oh, did the Niners need that? Did the Niners need that? Wow. Wow. Look, we got about 250 people in the room right now. We're not even at 200 likes yet. Folks, you know what to do. Make that algorithm sing. Hit that like button. Thank you for being here on Damon Bruce Plus. And what do you know? Moody actually made his point after touchdown, and the 49ers are up now 20-17, up 3 with how much time we got left in this bad boy here? Up 3 with 7:02 to play. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, there's not even a question here. Jam 18 says, Kittle is better than Debo. Oh, yeah. I mean, like George Kittle might go to Canton one day. Debo isn't going to Canton unless he buys a ticket and an airplane ticket. I mean, he's, you know. Here we go. Damon, X has an audience of nearly 600 people on there. Well, thank you very much. I'll tell you, I got to stop, I think, streaming on X as well, because that's preventing people from coming over to the YouTube. If you're watching on X, come on over to the YouTube page. We'd love to see you over here. It's even better. Even better. Better for me, anyways. Come on over. Might Kittle's already a Hall of Famer. Cosmo, again, that's fair. He is a very, very special player, but I don't want to talk about who's going anywhere until careers are done. Niners got heart, Daniel Shabazz. There weren't a lot of people saying that just 20 minutes ago. MNS said, I'd love to trade Debo for Metcalf straight up this offseason. Yeah, why would Seattle do that? Why would Seattle do that? Who trades for the inferior player in the straight up 1-for-1 trade? It just doesn't happen. So I don't think that is going to be happening anytime soon. I mean, I don't know if you're looking at the last year of Debo with the 49ers, but if this is the Debo that you get now, again, I gave him a nickname and people tried to rip me for it. You know, Debo had an all heart game, like right when I was ripping him or whatever. But he really is. Debo's nickname should be once a month, because he has a good game about once a month. And he's very hard to find in like the 3 other games of the month. You know, if not for, you know, the boombox entrance, he's not nearly setting the tone like he used to. By the way, the amount of looking at it's not quite the all 22, but looking at the bird's eye camera, the amount of attention that Christian McCaffrey just gets pulled. He pulls attention with him everywhere on the field, and that opened up Kittle coming across the end zone as much as anything. So here's now one of those kickoffs where nobody moves. Yeah, and I'll agree with this too here. Trading for Metcalf, that guy doesn't exactly seem like a great teammate right now. It's a little bit of fool's comment. Joe Sullivan, Joe, it was so great to meet you at the watch party. Thanks for coming out to the Dubliner a couple of weeks ago. He says, D. Bruce, thank you very much for the watch party. It's a lot of fun. I really do. I'm having fun doing them. The fact that you want to hang out with me this long and watch the game with me, it's incredibly flattering. It's cool. It's something that we would never have been able to do on the radio. So I'm glad that we get to do it here together. I really am. But thank you very much, Joe. Bazzy Mian, you're right. You'd be up by 2 scores if it weren't for Moody's misses. Indeed, you would be. Hey, if ifs were fifths, we'd all be drunk. Alan, thank you very much. I love your shows too. Why can't we win a Super Bowl with 7 All-Pros? Super Bowls are hard to win, man. There's how about this? The amount of things that are easy to accomplish on a football field are dwindling into the realm of nothing. Nothing's easy. Look at this snap. Caught Baker Mayfield off guard. Fell on top of it. Baker got that ball back. Niners nearly caught a little break right there. It's going to be 3rd and 13 now. I mean, this is get off the field time for the Niners. Big time right here. They'll win this game. I really believe that if they get off the field right here. Bosa finally gets to Baker Mayfield. You could just see him lining up looking for one. Nick Bosa comes through when the Niners need him most. Doing a little sack dance. He's not exactly giving the shrug. Bosa beats School inside. He and Floyd both converge on Baker Mayfield, and that is just the play they needed. God damn. Yeah, finally. Blake, finally. Bosa, finally. For the love of anything, no muff. Yeah, no muff, please. Wait a minute. That looked like a terrible punt. Terrible punt by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right there. What is that punt looking at? 44-yard punt to the San Francisco 39-yard line. Yeah, that wasn't very impressive. No matter how you're watching, whether it's X, whether it's on YouTube, it is great to have you here. Let us wrap this one up together, man. Let's wrap this one up together. Again, so if you're here right now, the Niners are starting to win this game. You don't want to mess up the juju, so don't go anywhere. Keep it right here. Keep it dialed in. Less than 5 minutes to play. 49ers got a chance to have a game-clinching drive right here. I don't know if they got that playoff in time. Oh, they're going to give him the heartbeat of 0. Okay, Brock in the middle to Debo. Debo gets away. Debo starting to run with the ball. It took him 4 quarters to get to Tampa Bay, but Debo Samuel Jr. with a big play. Mr. Once a Month just had his big play this month, and hopefully we'll have more for the 49ers as the month moves along, but that was big by Debo. Woo! What I would love to see here from the 49ers is to kill some clock. Let's get a 4-minute drill together. This is where I'd like to see a little Jordan Mason get mixed in. This is where I'd like to see a little Isaac Guerendo get mixed in. Pitch back to McCaffrey. Looks for a little room. Finds a couple of yards. Tick, tick, tick. Tick, tick, tick. Next time this ball gets snapped, the 49ers should be under 4 minutes. Yeah, where has Guerendo been? How come nothing from Pearsall since the touchdown? These are legitimate questions. That other team gets paid too. Yeah, and stay in bounds, Michael. Yeah, stay in bounds. 2nd and 8 for Purdy in this offense. 4 minutes to go. Purdy. Oh, my God, he fumbled the ball. Purdy, does he jump on it? It looked like that was a quarterback draw, or Purdy played it like a draw. Thank God the 49ers fell on that Brock Purdy fumble. Juwan Jennings. Oh, my God. What a near disaster avoided by the 49ers. Oh, Juwan Jennings came back for that ball and pounced on it. Oh, my God, that would have been just, I mean, that would have been bad. 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7. 49ers, that ball was deflected. Yeah, that ball didn't come out of Purdy's hands. It looked like it was deflected. Why are you throwing right there? Again, why aren't you just playing tick-tock on the clock, Kyle? I don't get it. I don't get it. Now, they're lining up for another kick instead of going for it on 4th and 7. You know, it's not the wrong strategy. If they got something on that 3rd down, maybe they're still playing football right now, but Moody, you better freaking hit this. He fucking missed it. Moody has missed 3 field goals today. How do you not cut this guy and sign Carlson? First game back, he's got 3 missed field goals. The special teams, everyone involved on special teams should be fired. Oh, my God. I mean, we have now drifted, I think, all the way into the lane where Tampa deserves to win this game almost. I mean, feel free to take some notes of the game that you're coaching, Kyle. Feel free to take some notes. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So now, Tampa's got 309. Bucky Brooks. Ball out of the backfield on a swing screen. Picks up a decent chunk. Be about 2nd and 5. Oh, dude. We got Debo going after what? Is that Tabor Pepper? The long snapper? Yeah, Tabor Pepper and Debo are going at it. I think Pepper was trying to defend his boy Moody, and he and Debo were jawing at it on the sideline. Oh, dude. Baker fumbles that away. That was okay. So Baker nearly fumbled the ball twice on just one play. That ball goes nowhere. That is the Niners are going to take that. Debo still getting a talking to on the sideline. The Baker did like a 360 pirouette on that and then just sort of optioned it out to Bucky Brook. They're lucky that ball isn't a 49er football right now. Jesus, Baker Mayfield. I read some fuck you bitch from his lips. Yeah, I thought I saw that too. Chase very appropriately said, we're all getting a little moody right now. Yeah, everybody's a little moody right now. Again, if you're just coming on in, it is great to have you here. Thank you so much for stopping on by. My name is Damon Bruce. We are about to hit you with some post-game and Damon, but we have been live streaming, watch partying this whole bad boy together. Hopefully you plan on showing up a little bit earlier in the day. If you're new in the room, it is great to have you. We got over 300 people in the YouTube room, even more on that over on X right now. So thank you for being here. The amount of headaches that the 49ers continue to give their fans, it's impressive. It really is. A reason to just, sit back, put your feet up, and not have to worry about this one. Well, you never had any reason to do that today. It has been a bit of a struggle. This is a good Tampa team. The 49ers, though, coming off a bye week with Christian McCaffrey back, we're supposed to offer a lot more promise than we have seen. And this is just another team it's another game that is dotted with now 4 special teams miscues. Jacob Cowing with a muffed punt, 3 missed field goals from Jake Moody, who, by the way, went to Michigan, who, by the way, lost in Bloomington yesterday. Go Hoosiers. We had the Butcher Boy joining us in the second quarter. That was an awful lot of fun. It is great to have you joining us here and now. Hit like and subscribe, my friends. Like and subscribe. Get that algorithm officially pushing this live stream across the entire interwebs, and that only happens if you go ahead and generously hit that like button. Thank you so much to our sponsors, as always. Thank you so much to my man Ike, our friends at the Dubliner, and our friends at BetUS who are powering this live stream right now. Couldn't do it without all of you. Oh, the frustration is real. Will Moody get let go this week? Given the success of other kickers that we have seen, maybe. But probably not. Kid Icarus 5 says, I can't blame Debo. This is absurd. The special teams miscues are insane. They are insane. Carlson, practice squad. Can he be claimed? Yes. Yeah, anyone can take any team. Anyone can take a player off of a team's practice squad, but you have to elevate him to your roster to do that. Baker Mayfield on 3rd and 7 throws one wide of the target. This is going to bring up 4th and 7. And here is the entire game right here for the San Francisco 49ers. If you're joining us for the normal 2-minute warning, we're going to be there soon enough, but this is it. This is the game right here in one play. By the way, we're under the 2-minute warning. No wonder why so many people have come on into the room. Here it is, 4th and 7. 4th and 7. And this is the ball game for the 49ers. Oh, Nick Bosa. He's got Baker Mayfield. Oh, my God, Baker Mayfield with Nick Bosa having both of his hands wrapped around. Bosa's got both of his hands on Baker Mayfield, who is falling out of bounds, uncorks one. Is that a first down, Tampa? Oh, my God. It is first down, Tampa Bay. I mean, it's to the point where the Buccaneers almost deserve to win this game now. That ball is thrown a little bit too high, but there is a flag on Rock Yassin, who has not been involved in many football plays here. Rock Yassin is in. Bosa has Baker Mayfield by the arm. Both. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I think I had just heard Tom Brady say that's one of the best plays I think I've ever seen a quarterback make. Yeah, it's unbelievable. On 4th and 7, with Nick Bosa having both arms on you, you still uncork one for a first down? Oh, my God. Bosa looked like he was in position to rip his arm out of his socket. Baker escapes the clutches again and runs to the sidelines to stop the clock. So it's going to be 2nd down, 1:20 remaining. Buccaneers down by 3. They've got all 3 of their timeouts. How does Bosa not make that tackle? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Here it comes, Cosman. We don't deserve to win this game. Not really, but I'll take an undeserved win over I'll take the undeserved win. That'd be a whole lot better for the Niners than the deserved loss. Bosa doesn't eat carbs, and it shows. yeah. A few more Snickers bars, and Bosa would have had that snack, right? Baker with a great stiff arm. It really was. I mean, he won the Heisman Trophy. Once you win a Heisman Trophy, your stiff arm improves at least 2%. 49ers crowding the line of scrimmage, looking to come after Baker Mayfield, who throws one short. There is a flag, though, on this play. What is this? Is this going to be roughing against Baker Mayfield? Again, they blitzed the shit out of Baker right there. Personal foul, face mask, defense. Was it Fred Warner? Fred Warner. I got his hands up around the face mask of the guy who's blocking him, and yeah, that was an easy call. Easy call against White on Fred Warner. He's even got his hand wrapped around the bottom rung there. Come on. Kyle's asking, who was it? And they're like, Fred Warner. And he's like, well, can't get mad at that guy. He's my entire defense. Big mistake, though, by Fred Warner. I mean, the 49ers are going to let Tampa in field goal range here in a second. Malik Collins had dude, they cannot bring down Baker Mayfield. You got guys they got their arms around Baker Mayfield's neck, and no one can bring down Baker Mayfield, who is in full fucking Superman mode right now. Unbelievable. Leonard Floyd, by the way, looked like he got a little bit of a face mask. Oh, I mean, Baker Mayfield just runs through. Malik Collins just spins right off of his shoulder pads. Leonard Floyd just bounces right off. I mean, dude, Baker Mayfield deserves to win this game. He really does. Malik Collins, personal foul. Oh, my God. Smiley Dan, Baker's incredible. I love this guy. I wish he wasn't playing the 49ers for this performance. Dude, Baker Mayfield is playing so well here on this final drive. If he wins, he might come out and plant an Oklahoma Sooner flag right in the middle of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers midfield logo. Unbelievable. Baker Mayfield has run through so much defensive pressure and stayed up in spite of dudes just hanging off of him. It's been amazing. There's 2 missed tackles before Bosa brought down Bucky Irving. Another flag on the play. Are the 49ers going to give another for? I mean, this is Flag City. I mean, this is just illegal use of hands to the face, defense. The 49ers, how many penalty yards have they given up here on this crucial drive? How many penalty yards? Kyle Anderson. Oh, dude, Niner fans are gripping. 4 penalties. 4 penalties on if you just get off the field, you win the football game drive. This is a meltdown by the 49ers in discipline, in execution. And, Nick Sorensen, the amount of not impressed that you're about to feel this week could be extraordinary. 1st and goal. It'll be 2nd and goal for Tampa. Absolute meltdown. Moses DeWitt. I'm with Debo. Moody is garbage. He was today, man. The Buccaneers are essentially without their 2 best offensive weapons in Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, and they have a very good chance to win this game in regulation. I mean, if you're Tampa, you might not even be playing for overtime right here. You are in goal to go, steal one from the Niners mode, aren't you? Are you not? Undisciplined. Coach's fault. Niners are going nowhere. Steve, I'm afraid I'm starting to believe you. 2nd and goal. Kyle Anderson makes a hell of a play. drags down White behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and goal. There you go, Anderson. 300 IQ Gaming says, this is the team that's supposed to make a run after the bye. If you still think that, you are clueless. How about this? I think we've run out of room to imagine what the 49ers really could still be. And we might have to start looking at the Niners through the prism of what they are, and what they are screams not necessarily good enough. However, again, force a turnover right here, win the game. Again, I don't care. If you're a Niner fan, all you want to do is win this game. All you want to do is win this game. It's 3rd and goal. You need a turnover right here. You need a play right here, 49ers defense. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? That ball was thrown into the end zone. It is incomplete. You are going to be looking at 4th and goal. What does Todd Bowles decide to do? Baker's walking to the sideline. They're going to send out the field goal unit here. So they are playing for OT. And the Niners are going to have 44 seconds left to what? Get Jake Moody into field goal range to miss his 4th of the day? Come on. Come on. Yeah, but 300 IQ Gaming, again, thanks for the super chat, man. This ain't good. I don't think that there's any hiding that. This ain't good. Field goal. That is good. Right down the middle, and it is a tie game with 41 seconds left. Niners have one timeout. One timeout. MKG. What is this horse shit? Never go full Kyle. Never go full Moody. Yeah, look, I would cut Moody today. I would fire Brian Schneider today. I've been saying fire Brian Schneider for the better part of 2 months now. Clearly that decision will not be made, which is basically telling your team we will accept. Mediocrity is now accepted. You know, I mean, mediocrity is accepted in the 49ers locker room when Brian Schneider gets to walk in it every week. And whatever the guy's reputation was, he shouldn't be living on it anymore. At some point, in-season production has to trump, reputations. We knew he was shit last year. Again, he was a rookie last year. But yeah, it's probably time when you got a kicker who's already performed better, just sitting there as your 3rd kicker of the year in Carlson. It's probably time to go with him. Although he can't kick the ball out of the back of the end zone, which is, what a real problem is, again, for a team that doesn't play good special teams. And here we are, always, it ain't easy. Cheese Leong says Sorensen and Staley gotta go. The time for that has passed. They are not going to let either guy go now during, after the bye week. There's not going to be a change made. Like, this is your team, folks. Your team is on the field right now. This is it. Modular Mammoth says Kyle can't cut Moody. It'll make him look stupid for spending a 3rd-round draft pick on him. Hey, look, say whatever you want about Kyle. He does get out of his bad draft picks as soon as he can. I mean, Trey Lance didn't survive, so I don't know if Moody's going to survive this. Hail Mary on all 4 downs? No, you chip away and look for the one big play. Chip away, look for the big play. Get to about midfield and then start taking shots. Again, you've only got one timeout. Only got one timeout. You need about 30 yards here to get in. Moody's going to miss it range. Sorry, everyone. Maybe Ricky Pearsall gets open on this one. Little Ricky. Hey, 2 Ricky Pearsall who gets out of bounds. 31 seconds remaining. Kyle needs some Dan Campbell energy. Hey, who can argue with the energy that Dan Campbell is bringing right now to the Detroit Lions? Look, Kyle's never going to be that rah-rah guy. It's just not. It's not him. It's not his personality. Kyle's personality is now basically depressed at all times. Kyle looks exhausted. Kyle looks spent. And so does this team in so many different ways. But we'll see what they do. Here comes Purdy loading up for a big play downfield. He finds Ricky Pearsall. Ricky looked like that ball came out, but that's not a fumble. The ground caused Ricky to lose that. Ricky is right at about field goal range. He's at the edge of Jake Moody's field goal range. Chiefs and Broncos, 16-14, blocking a Bronco field goal attempt roughly 35 yards as time expires. How about that? Frickin' Chiefs. Yeah, Moody misrange for sure. Do you like that, Dennis? I'm glad you caught that. I don't know if anyone had that. So here you are. You're right on the edge. I mean, what is the right play to gain 8 yards right here? Brock, what are you going to do? Gets the ball out fast to Juwan Jennings. Juwan, cuts it back up inside. Juwan picks up about 15 yards right there. Tick, 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 tick. What are the Niners going to do? They're going to try to spike it real quick right here? You spike it? Spiking it with 3 seconds left. Well, Jacob Moody, there are moments in life where we are at a professional crossroads. And young man, you are at one here right now. I mean, I'll go as far as to say if Jake Moody connects on this field goal, he's your kicker next week. If he doesn't, he probably isn't. Jacob Moody, this is the biggest kick of your entire life. Right here. Tabor Pepper, tired of Debo yelling at him. Moody, you better fucking hit this dude. It's through. It just went through Moody by an eyelash. Oh, my God. Well, Jacob Moody will not have to take an Uber back to San Francisco. Jacob Moody gets to ride on the team plane home. They're already telling Debo, you calm down. I got to tell you, this is as close to that win sort of feels like a loss as you can get. But at the same time, the only thing the 49ers needed to do today was win the football game. And guess what they just did? Guess what they just did? God, Moody. Moody knows that he just nearly blew that. Oh, my God, Moody knows. He's like, dude. Oh, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers got to be a little sick, right? 4 losses in a row now for Tampa Bay. And with Christian McCaffrey dressing this year, the 49ers are undefeated. 23-20 is your final score. I want to officially 3 hours and 2 minutes into this broadcast. I want to welcome you to some post-game and Damon. The 49ers get away with football murder. A team that is dotted with special mistakes. A game that was just dotted with special teams mistakes. The Niners put it in the win column some way, somehow. That one stings if you're Tampa Bay more than it probably even feels good if you're the 49ers. They just got away with football murder. They'll take it. They will absolutely take that day of getting away with football murder. Let's look at some stats here. By the way, we got Jorge Luis Sotelo, win ugly. Winning ugly is better than losing pretty any day. That was ugly as hell. By the way, 400 people in the room now. Welcome. Hit like, hit subscribe. It's great to have you here. The 49ers win by the hair on their chinny chin. You'll see a little hair on the bottom of Ike's chin. That's a flavor patch. The man knows an awful lot about flavor. You get yourself to an Ike's sandwiches as soon as you can, or have one brought to you. Get yourself to the Dublin Earn West portal. Make sure that you use promo code YouTube150 when you sign up over at BetUS for 150% signing bonus, baby, on your first deposit up to $2,000. And obviously, you're going to be looking to get a little winning because the Niners did not cover right there. So good luck in the afternoon slot and Sunday Night Football. Make sure you check out BetUS. And it is really good to have you here. The 49ers, again, get away with football murder. Football murder. If we make the playoffs, it's a first-round exit. Special teams and the inability to finish off teams, it's a problem. Property manager at Capitola, you're right. You're right. But if you get into the playoffs, who knows what happens? So you want to be there. I'll tell you what, I'll take the lost in the playoffs over didn't even make the playoffs. And the 49ers lose this game, I don't even know if they're going to the playoffs. They needed this one. They absolutely needed this one. And then they're going to need the game against Seattle next week. And then they're going to need the game in Buffalo. And then they're going to need the game in Green Bay. And both those games are on the road, and good luck with all that shit. Boy, they got it done today. It feels like the assignment was done, but the job wasn't necessarily done. This team won by a single ass hair. It's better than losing by single ass hairs. Michelle DeMatteo saying heart attack game, pulled through. You got through it. Again, please get rid of Moody already. It's just probably not happening, kids. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but your band is on the field. Your team is on the field. This is who the 49ers are. Now, with Carlson there, maybe. Was Carlson claimed by the Jets? I mean, the Giants are missing kickers too. Kevin Harper just coming in with $1 for the ganja jar. Kevin, thank you very, very much. Let's get into some of the stats in this game, if you don't mind. Let's have a little look at how it all shakes out on a very frustrating day of 49er football. Again, it's so funny. You watch with your own two eyes, and a part of you is wildly unimpressed, right? You open up box scores, and you notice that's a 400 day. It's a 400 yards of offense day for the Niners. Anytime you run 400 yards of offense out on an NFL field, you have by definition had a pretty good day. 338 passing yards for Brock Purdy. I had people saying in the second quarter that Brock was the problem. He threw for 338. The penalties. This is where the Niners nearly let the entire day go. Look at those penalties, and it didn't feel just like 4 of them come on the final drive. The Niners lose the penalty battle. They lose the turnover battle, but they still win. Frustrating day for sure, but it ends how it had to end. Let's go into this box score. I want to see what players did. Let's see what Christian McCaffrey ends up with. 13 carries, 39 yards. The Niners won this game with only 75 rushing yards. Wow, that's it. Nobody had Tampa Bay winning the rushing yards battle today, but they did. 110-75. Juwan Jennings, nearly 100 yards and 7 receptions. Ricky Pearsall, 4 catches, 73 yards, the first touchdown of his career. 3 catches and a huge touchdown for George Kittle. 5 catches, 62 yards. Brock spread it around. 6 catches, 68 yards. So there you go. Christian McCaffrey, in his first game back, represents 100 yards of offense for the 49ers, and they needed it. Brock Purdy, 25 of 36, 2 touchdowns, no picks, sacked 3 times. Another quarterback rating that he'll be happy with, 119.3. Not bad. Not bad. And in many ways, not good at all, right? I mean, that was a football game that leaves so much to be desired. But in the end, they got the win. Where was Mason? Exactly. Is Jordan Mason going to be a forgotten man from here on out? Because if he is, that's a mistake. That's a mistake. You know, Garendo wasn't involved at all today. Why does it have to be all of someone and none of someone else? It's really odd. I wonder what Debo said. Well, Dan, I can promise you all of the lip readers and all of these sleuthers will be out there trying to get every ounce of what Debo said right there. What he probably said was, quit missing fucking field goals. We're trying to go to the playoffs, or something to that effect. I hope Mason is okay. Is Mason okay? I mean, maybe he's not. Maybe that shoulder's still screaming at him. But then again, where's Isaac Garendo? Where's Patrick Taylor? You cannot overfeed Christian McCaffrey when he just got back to the table. Xavier Chan, I wonder, where was Garendo? Now that was a question. That's a legit question. Where's Garendo? Garendo had a good October. Was hardly used today. Tagline of this game was the Moody roller coaster. Can we leave Sorensen, Staley, and Schneider in Tampa? Luter made the same mistake he did in the Super Bowl. Yes, he did. Let me say this about Staley and Schneider. Do you see this? Hold on. Wait. Let me make sure I dialed it up here for you so you can see it. Valen, I hear you. You know, it was easy to say this defense didn't get its job done there, right? But look at this. Only 116 yards for Baker Mayfield, and he played out of his ass on that last game, right? You're holding a quarterback to 4 yards per average completion. You've done a good job defensively. Again, Bucky Irving got a little looser than you want to see, but that's what Bucky Irving's been doing all season long. He's been a very impressive rookie. 27 carries, 110 yards, 4.1 average. All of those numbers can get better. But the 49ers didn't nearly lose today's game defensively. They nearly lost today's game with 3 special teams mistakes involving the kicker and 1 gift of great field position to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, a gift. I'll fire Brian Schneider today. I would fire Brian Schneider in the locker room, on the tarmac. I would do it right now. Yes. Sorensen isn't going anywhere. Staley is not going anywhere on a day where the defense, honestly, was less offensive to me than the offense was in some points in this game. Again, let's check it out one more time, just so I have it right. Team stats. 215 total yards. Defensive coordinators don't get fired after 215 total yard afternoons allowed by their units. Okay? Frustrating? Yes. Angry fans? Sure. We got all that. By the way, we got 500 people in the room right now, which means there should be, 100 more likes. If you could lean over and hit that like button, we're not going anywhere quite yet. We've been on the air since before 10 a.m., but we're not going anywhere. The Vikings found themselves a kicker. Oh, did the Vikings pick him up? The Vikings pick up Carlson? I don't know. I'm not really watching any other game right now. But heck, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the super chat. Look, that was ugly. If you came to this game for inspiration, as a Niner fan, I don't think you found it. But there were a couple of good things that happened today. Christian McCaffrey has re-entered the chat, and you started the season, second half of the season, with a win. At the end of this, if you are 7-2 in these final 9 games, and I don't think you were getting a 7-2 with a loss today. I don't think you're getting a 7-2 with a loss today. So you needed to put this one in the win column, and it went in the win column. Was it inspiring? Are you ready to start printing the T-shirts? Are you ready to start booking that flight to New Orleans? Hell no. But this is the result that the 49ers needed. This is the result that the 49ers needed. Ryan M., a W is a W. Leo, correct. Win is a win. Samuel versus Tabor Pepper. We got a fight out there. There was a little anger, a little frustration boiling over there, no doubt about it. But yeah, there was not. There's look at it this way. Everything is going to be calmer now because they won the game. It's the ultimate deodorant. B. Lauren says Debo was harassing Pepper, not Moody. Pepper's snaps were high. Okay. Whatever. I don't like, wrapping your hand around a teammate's neck. I saw Debo do that. You don't make that reach. I got a 3-year-old who's a little bit of a neck grabber of his older brother. I got Ozzy trying to choke out Jack all the time now. That's got to stop. And that shit can't happen on a football field. Look, it's a game of emotion played by, men who've got high stakes in every play that they make. But that can't happen. John B. Vang says Kittle needs more touches. Agreed. I never like drinking out of a straw. I'm done with my coffee now. We're on to the big glass of water. But yeah, man, that was Pepper, take a seat. Leo's excited he got a shout out. Well, Leo, you make good observations. You get shout outs. That's how it works. Han Banana says, I don't think the 49ers are getting a 7-2. Still waiting for them to show a trend upwards and make the postseason. Haven't seen it yet. Again, I'm not arguing with you, man. I'm not. I'm not arguing with you, Han Banana. You never argue with a man who says he's got hand banana. But it's pretty simple to me that if you came here today for inspiration, you were not inspired by this. I wasn't here for inspiration. I was here for a W. And if you were here for a W, today went perfectly. Really did. Today went perfectly. And let's be honest, for a team that is riding a 4-game losing streak now, Tampa Bay is a little bit better than a lot of people want to suggest. See Nick Bosa walking off the field. Again, a very disappointing day for Nick Bosa. He made plays when they were needed the most. Debo, Sprewell, Bauer. I'll take the Trevor Bauer out of that, but Debo, Sprewell, maybe. Debo overrated at this point. I'll say he underproduces at this point. Everyone loves to fire a kicker after a bad day. True. Damon, we call these games the torture train. Craig's Kitchen, 360. Yeah, you were riding that train today. Don Michael Johnson Thomas says, too much pepper, always a problem. Unless you got the little cacio de pepe going on, in which case, yeah, give me all the pepper you can. I'm a big cracked pepper guy. Mike Honcho. Nice handle there, Mike. I remember when you spread your butt cheeks for Playgirl. It's good to see Debo excited about something other than his lack of production since he got the bag and fell off the earth since. Fair. Very fair. Was it Pepper has been going insane on Twitter. Everyone is pissed off at him. So Pepper is on Twitter right now going nuts. I don't. Is that happening? Hold on. Let me open up Twitter real quick and see. I don't follow Tabor Pepper. I'm not a big follow the long snapper guy. But let's see this. Hold on. By the way, we got over 800 people watching on YouTube right now. Thank you very, very much for watching over here on YouTube. We got 440 watching on YouTube and 800 on Twitter. Freaking Elon. Hold on. Tabo Tabor Pepper. Hold on. I think I spelled Tabor wrong. Pepper, Red Hot Chili Peppers. I really don't care. Hold on. That's going to distract me if I go looking around for Tabor Pepper going insane on Twitter. We'll get to that tomorrow, I guess, if that's part of the topic. But B. Lauren, thank you very much. Vin Win says Debo needs to be in people's faces and actually make them earn their paychecks. Not like that, though. Heck Dell, thank you very much for the super heck. He's dropping $2 in the ganja jar. Vikings win off of 4 made field goals. Hey, on a day where you want to talk about unimpressive, look at how good the Vikings were at the beginning of the year. Sam Darnold this, Sam Darnold that. Look at what they needed to use today. Again, this league is hard. You know, saying today is going to be an easy day at the office for any NFL team is probably the wrong way to go about evaluating anything. Thomas Messina. Ricky's a player. Congrats to him on his first NFL touchdown. Yeah, let's talk about some of the positive things today. Ricky Pearsall got into the end zone for the very first time. Christian McCaffrey is back in the room. George Kittle continues to be one of the best players in the NFL. Best all-world tight end, no doubt about it. That guy does everything. By the way, we got 49er fans looking for bottle pulls. I think I'm going to need a super chat to get a bottle pull for you. We're not just going to go pulling whiskey here. I told my wife I'd be sober when she got home. Jillian brought the kids over to the Oakland Zoo. They met a friend over in the Oakland Zoo. My 3-year-old Ozzy was saying, "Oh, Daddy, I'm going to go to the gondola." He loves the gondola. James Jones. Damon, I've had an IV bag of vodka in my arm the whole second half. Well, okay, so if you can do an IV bag of vodka, I guess, James, in the memory of James Jones's dad, cheers, buddy. And look, cheers to all of you for being here for the post-game watch party. It's been a full-game watch party. Now you're here for a little post-game. And Damon, cheers. Thanks to all of you. Seriously, thank you for being here. It's great to have you here. Just a little channel trying to make, woo. Just a little channel trying to make it in this world. You know, not buying subs, just doing the work. It's what we're doing. Fire Moody. He's a bum. I can't go to a playoff run with a bum-ass kicker. Leave Moody in Tampa. He's a bum. Jess Maldolando. Who can defend Jake Moody today? It's the wrong day to be in the defending Jake Moody business. Vikings kicker off the couch. Heck, Dell. I know you're all excited about your bottle pull. I'm glad you liked it. Yes, Erwin Michters. That's my man. Look at it this way. Erwin, you are supplying the gasoline for today's show because it was your coffee that we began this broadcast with, and it is your bourbon that we're wrapping up this broadcast with. Rockin' new era. Jake Booty Cheeks. Maybe it is. Maybe he change his name from Moody to Booty. Tim Donaghy's crew. Great to see them in here. Damon, you have to drink. The Hoosiers are 10-0. Come on, that happens. Like never. You only live once. Yeah, I'm in uncharted territory here when it comes to my college football program. I cannot believe what is happening. But you're not here to talk about that. You're here to talk about the Niners. And again, thank you very much to Norris. Nothing to say, just $5 going in the ganja jar. Thank you very much, Norris. Damon, fire, bring out Ray out of retirement. There's enough requests for Ray. I will try to reach out to Ray this week, and we'll find out what happens together. No promises will be made. But thank you very much, TNT 46 dog. Never draft out of Michigan. I mean, if you're looking at Jake Moody, that's fair. It's a 60-minute game, and for 58 of those minutes, I was screaming and yelling. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, man. That was rough. That was rough. But guess what? You won. That's all that needed to do. By the way, Carlson is a Jet, so you can forget about Carlson. He's not coming back to save the day. You're on Team Moody whether you want to be or not. Zamzau Vega. Or Zamasu Vega? Either way, I could use a pronunciation guide on that one, but thank you very much. It's very generous coming in with the 20 spot. Man, oh man, oh man. Got the win when you needed it the most. Norway's in the house. Good to, again, Vikings are in the win column. Norway's in the house. And the 49ers got the win that they needed. Got the win that they needed desperately. It wasn't pretty. I'm pretty sure it wasn't even fun. But they got what they needed, man. And there you go. What about Matthew Wright? Yeah, Douglas Green, anyone. Just get it to any kicker, right? Any kicker. Morning. Visiting Shanghai. I'm glad I missed the game. You're in Shanghai? Dude, look up Joji. Thank you very much. Iceman 0072. I don't know what brought you to Shanghai, but dude, have a great trip. I've always wanted to go. Modular Mammoth, also safe to say that 23 didn't look like 23 today. Obviously, it's his first game back. Oh, no, I don't. I completely disagree with that. I thought that he looked an awful lot like, Christian McCaffrey today. He had over 100 yards from scrimmage. What more do you want in his first game back? He has not played football since the Super Bowl. Today was his first football game since the Super Bowl, and he gave you over 100 yards from scrimmage, man. I don't think you can really ask for more than that. Cheese coming in again. Let's not forget, Jennings had a great game. Juwan Jennings did have a very good game. Very good game. Damon, love seeing the live stream action. Thank you very much, 650. I appreciate that. It's fun to do it. It really is. This is something that, I don't know if we were going to have success with this or do this or people were going to, want this. I'm known for my post-game prowess more than my in-game hangouts, but I think that that's all changing, man. It's been an awful lot of fun to do this. And it's no skin off my back. I mean, I'm watching these games anyways. We might as well watch together. Again, if you were not here until post-game came along, you missed the Butcher Boy. Butcher Boy was our second quarter guest. Butcher Boy was with us through second quarter and most of halftime, and it was great having him on. It's going to be like the Manning cast. We're going to work in some guests throughout these live streams, and it was great to kick it all off with Butcher Boy, who is one of my just favorite people in the broadcasting world. Always has been and always will be. Love that guy. The Chiefs are beatable. Oh, makes me want to bring up ESPN.com right now. Let's have a look at that. How beatable are the Chiefs? We got some games that are happening right now. What do we got going on? Steelers took out the Commanders 28-27. Here come the Steelers, man. Dude, Steelers got a defense and a little bit more of an offense now that Russell Wilson's their quarterback. Patriots beat the Bears. The bloom is coming off the rose of the Bears season quickly. They lose at home, get blown out by the Patriots. No one had that one. Chiefs beat the Broncos, though. Again, the team that, forever the Chiefs have been unimpressive. They're so unimpressive, they're 9-0. An unimpressive start to the year has the Chiefs a perfect 9-0. There's no denying that, man. And they just hold everybody under 28 points. Broncos got to 14 today. Saints actually beat the Falcons. Atlanta, this is why you cannot have nice things forever and a day. Vikings with a 12-7 win over the Jaguars, who, again, no Trevor Lawrence today. Mac Jones with 2 interceptions gets the Jaguars. They stay in that loss column. But Sam Darnold with 3 interceptions, a 5-interception game, no touchdowns for anyone who threw a football. And Sam Darnold, 24 for 38, 241 yards, no touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Sam Darnold has entered the chat. It wasn't an impressive afternoon of football from the 49ers, but they got the win that they needed. Isn't it ironic to go for it on the 4th team we beat in the playoffs is the team we need to beat now? Wait, isn't it ironic that the go for it on 4th team we beat in the playoffs is the team that we need to be now? Hechdell, again, thanks. Yeah, I think that Kyle needs to get more aggressive with a kicker who, I mean, you have to be losing trust in this kicker. You have to be. I'm kind of losing trust. So how could Kyle not be? Again, but Kyle has decided that he's not going to give any shits at all about special teams. He just doesn't. He continues. Kyle Shanahan continues to allow special teams mediocrity to slip into every single game. I can't even explain it. I can't even explain it. Dub B Tree says, time for Balky to get the boot from the Jags. Oh, but he's a football guy. Oh. Yeah, he's going to get his. Look, the entire coaching staff in Jacksonville is going to get his. Dallas's entire coaching staff is about to get his. I already heard it, and this is just going to be insufferable. I can feel it. Deion Sanders, next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. That would be a very much old idea to have, so I wouldn't be surprised if Jerry Jones had that old idea. Luter cost the 49ers the Super Bowl last season, nearly cost them today's contest. You can't teach brainwaves is the explanation. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, it's a never-ending stream of special teams mistakes. But look, we can't have this be the never-ending stream. All good things do indeed have to come to an end at some point in time. And that leaves me to tell you that I am going to be back on the air live streaming with Kruger for Wake Up on Monday morning, brought to you by Sam's Chowder House. And we're going to have a whole lot to talk about. And a team that survived by the hair of its chinny chin chin. We've got an awful lot of shows coming up next week that I think are going to be worth your while. We've been booking out a couple of guests, trying to make things as interesting for you as possible. So I hope that you have hit like and subscribe this afternoon. I hope that what I've been putting down, you've decided to pick up. And if you have, thank you so much. What we do is not overreact to every single thing that happens in every single football game like some breathless schmuck who's never covered a full season of football before. We'll see how it all plays out. It doesn't feel like a team that is destined for greatness, but I can tell you right now with great accuracy that every single thing the 49ers still want out of this season is mathematically available for them. They can still win their division. They can still be a playoff team. So let's see what happens. Survive and advance. I mean, I know that that's NCAA tournament rhetoric, but today, Today, they survived. And so now they get to advance to a Seattle game at home, which they must have. You do not want to go dropping a game against your division rival at home. And then it's the two toughest road games of the year, at Buffalo and at Green Bay. You got to beat Seattle to start this second half 2-0. You got to split Buffalo, Green Bay. You got to pick up one of those road wins. And if you are at the end of this 4-game stretch, a 3-1 football team, again, I know that there are going to be people who constantly just want to tell me what the 49ers cannot be, will not be, but they're a little bit better than that. They're just a little bit better than the cannot be, will not be if they go 3-1 in their next 4 games. So we will see if indeed that happens. I hope you plan on being here with me for all of that happening. Again, thank you to BetUS for powering today's stream. If you are gambling later tonight, later this week, check out BetUS, please. Get a 150% sign-up bonus when you use the promo code YouTube150 when you start playing today over at BetUS. No matter where you are, California included, you can BetUS. It is offshore, baby. No matter where you are, I hope there's an Ike's coming to you. No matter where you are, it is the best sandwich you're going to find. Sign up for that Ike's Rewards program. You get a free sandwich when you sign up. You win prizes with every single purchase. You get a chance to spin for, sodas and chips and combo meals and all of that. And when you do sign up for that Love Rewards program, what you're also going to get is a chance to go to New Orleans for a very big football game in the month of February. I don't know if the Niners are going to be there, but if you win that prize over on Ike's, you will be, along with a friend of yours. And thanks so much to our good friends, again, at BetUS. Couldn't do it without you. Couldn't do it without Ike's. Couldn't do it without all of you. Oh, one more. I think we got one more super chat here in the room. Don't want to miss anything. That was the Love the Live Stream. Damon, how do I have your job? Open up YouTube. Press go live. Boom. You have the same job that I have. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. You don't need to be at a radio station. You don't need to be in a studio to be a broadcaster anymore. Now, how good you'll be at that, I don't know. But literally, all you need is a YouTube account and to press go live, and you do have my job, Hectel. It's just waiting for you. It's okay to say that Christian wasn't running like he usually does. I'm not saying he sucks or didn't contribute to the passing game. It's just a fact. Normally he has 2 times the average yard per carry. It's the first game back. It's the first game. Look how bad Trent Williams was in his first game back. Look at how bad Brandon Ayuk was in all games back. The fact that you got that out of Christian McCaffrey in his first game back, I'm good with it. I think he's only going to get better. I'm not going to start the betting against Christian McCaffrey. Not now. And neither should you. Because without Christian McCaffrey unlocking this offense the rest of the way, you're kind of fucked. So that's what you need. You need an awful lot of Christian McCaffrey the rest of the way. I need to thank you for being here today. I thank you so very, very much for hanging out with us for this live stream, for this live chat, for this whole live everything. Sea Chickens next week. You are right about that, Craigs. That is what's coming up next week. Shows live at 11 a.m. each and every day, West Coast time here on Damon Bruce Plus. We go live at 9 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for 49ers Wake Up with Kruger. Heck, I might even pop into his post-game show here in just a little bit. It's still early in the afternoon. My family is still at the Oakland Zoo. The gondola is still bringing them up to the upper part of the zoo or maybe down. So until they return, I got a little time here. Thank you for spending your precious time with me. It means an awful lot. Truly, truly does. And the only thing that I need to tell you is thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe on your way out. Again, forget about hitting that like button because this live stream is basically over. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notify button, and don't miss a thing when we indeed do go live. Thank you for being here. And please do remember, it weren't pretty, But the Niners won. And sports don't build character, they reveal it. And like that, he's gone.